Hey, Temu Marco, are you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
Let me tell you something, Dub. While I'm out here in the streets, I've got my Skechers slip-ons because I can't afford no hookahs. So I got my slip-ons that I've been picking up every day with my 50s that I got for you all over the place. Running through my clipboard as I go to the movies, not eating the popcorn. I got to tell you, I know you guys got some tough times right now, needing me to step in because real Marco's over in Japan complaining about pillows and whatnot and what have you. So you guys got to deal with me today. Man, I don't know. I guess I'm ready. What? Oh, Ronnie, throw the keys. Damn, these people. Anyway, I guess we should get this thing started. I lost myself in the middle of the Ron Simmons bit. I just lost track of where I was going.
It's gonna be one of those.
That light.
I know. I can't deal with it. We need regular light. There we go.
How does he sit in that light for the whole show? I don't get it.
I don't know. It was weird. I want to take a nap.
Strangely
I
warm.
gotta collect this money up though. I can't be losing that. I need this.
Collect all your cash monies.
All my fitties.
All that
I got to deal with grants.
All that YouTube money we getting?
Oh.
I'm
YouTube dozens.
A little bit curious how Marco, he takes all these extra shoes to cons and he's going to Star Wars Celebration. How do you fit all those extra shoes in the luggage?
I don't know. How many shoes do you think he brought?
I'm going 6. 6 pair.
6?
Yeah. I think 10.
A whole carry-on just dedicated to an extra.
just shoes.
Extra shoes.
How many shoes he's gonna buy while he's out there though?
That's true. Well, do you think they carry his size out there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's big in Japan.
He's already complaining about the pillows in the beds, so
That is true. He is complaining about the pillows in the beds.
That didn't take long at all.
I wonder if he goes in the store. Do you have Gogeta size?
No. Kaiju. I need Kaiju.
Kaiju.
All our shoes are designed by Rob Liefeld.
So you won't
don't really need a shoe. It's more just a.
So they don't have shoes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess should I say hi to the chat now? I don't know. I usually don't do this part. I do the clicking the buttons part.
I guess somebody's got to do it.
All right, we'll say what's up to GT Comics. We got a thumbs, and I like how Marco reads every emoji that's there. So we're gonna go with the thumbs up, wave high. Thanks. Styx is gonna do it for our hearing impaired. Styx is gonna give us some sign language. We've also got another high thumbs up on the reverse.
I don't think he's licensed in American Sign Language.
Oh, we didn't say it's official in any way.
Okay.
This is Rennavision.
Officially unofficial. Officially unofficial.
Oh, bring on the tech show, nerds. A little bit of a flex and a couple of drinks for you. Back to GT again. All right, what do we got here? Howdy, kids. What's up, Barlord?
Barlord.
Daryl Taylor. I enjoyed Daredevil Born Again. Plus, I agreed with when you said the person we don't. I'm sorry, I'm going to do Marco and just read to myself. No, I don't.
Yeah, trail off. You guys
trail off. We need to see how the street. Well,
yeah,
I agree with Daryl.
I think they're going to have to. They kind of build it up. We're going to have to see other street level heroes. I hope it just doesn't become a cavalcade of who's the guest star of the week in season 2, just to show off different characters. But I don't know. We'll see. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll get there, Daryl. We'll get to that review.
Enjoy this year. Enjoy this year.
A little wave to Eric. What's going on, Eric? Also, one of our key T-shirt designers. He didn't design the Baba Yaga shirt that I'm rocking again in honor of Marco, but I will wear the "Don't Make Me Call Your Mom" shirt next week when Marco's back.
You need to design a Marco in Japan shirt.
Marco,
just a giant Marco stepping over the city.
Him with his head on Godzilla's body.
With the
spitting out hundreds.
Marco Zilla.
I love the Liam Neeson. He's the only guy I think could do a Naked Gun remake. I know there's a lot of complaints about anybody doing a remake at all, but of all the actors you could cast to do that, I can't think of anybody better than him, better suited, for today.
Yeah.
Yep. Star Wars Celebration. Oh, there's Terry again with the damn Blue Jay.
Blue Jay, hey, buddy.
X-Men. Well, I will not disagree with you with the X-Men 97. I am a big fan of that.
Full take.
Maybe number
I
5
like
or 6.
Yeah,
I
put
like it.
X-Men in top
Hater.
10 maybe.
I hate her.
Not in the top 10. I don't think so.
Size matters not. Judge me by my size, do you?
Well, you should not.
My roommate back in college used to always do that and threaten to drop his towel. And I'd be like, don't, just stop messing around. Sorry, too much information, I guess.
Wow.
Too far.
Wait, and now he's the vice
he always
president.
took things way too far.
Too far.
He's vice president.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh, blouse of holding. Owns a blouse of holding that holds infinite shoes. We'll just tuck them all inside.
Yeah.
Get little shoe pockets.
I was trying to convince Pete to wear a blouse tonight with 3 buttons unbuttoned.
Yeah, this
Oh,
might
DV.
officially be the first one, Matthew, that Marco doesn't make, unless he pops in for 2 seconds or something, which I doubt, because again, he's in another time zone.
It's 6 a.m. there, isn't it?
It's something.
I forget who it was all of a sudden, but the Knicks put the guy in for 6 seconds the other night. So he
Oh, yeah. Miles.
It's gonna be Marco. He's gonna show up for like 5 seconds, so he keeps his streak up.
Well, he did that the one time when he was in skiing. Remember, he popped in just yelling because he couldn't hear us. He was just yelling about God knows what snow. I don't know.
I don't
Always
remember.
complaining that one.
I mean, it's possible. It's like 10:30 in the morning there right now. So
Yeah.
he
Chat
could do
saying
it.
hi to each other. Movie madness.
Probably standing in line to pick up his badges.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, right.
Cosmic one. No, as far as we know, no detainment yet. We'll see if he can get back in, but he was fine getting out.
Got the State Department on speed dial.
Well, they pushed him on the plane. He had no choice.
They spoke too soon. Japanese consulate is on the phone. I got the Japanese consulate on the phone. No, keep
What's
him.
going on,
Yeah,
Dave?
no, we don't want it back.
Yeah, we don't need it back. All right.
We don't want it back. I
So
hung
do
up
we
on it.
want to just get right into the reviews, I guess? We'll just deal with well, it could be a shorter show today because we have no extra segments covering any under the radar comics just because, well, that's Marco's thing, and I didn't feel like doing it for him. So
We don't want to do his homework.
I'm just gonna be honest. I just didn't feel like doing extra work. I can't. With that said, where are we at here? Let me run the thing, and we'll get into take it or leave it reviews. All right. Figure we'll start off with the comics, and then we'll shift on over to the streaming stuff. And I'm seeing a lot of chatter now on our chats and I guess the IGs, etc., over some covers that were released today. Just take it easy.
Yeah.
Don't get crazy out there. Yes, I like this cover too. $8 is enough. I ain't paying more than $8.
No.
Was it
There's
the
no
foil?
way that's
Negative
worth 40 bucks.
No, it's just well, I mean it's black. You got the negative space, like JJ was saying, but no
Yes.
foil.
Yeah, I see a couple guys in the chats I'm in saying
No
that
foil yet.
the LCS they haven't carried us. They didn't have it.
Well, there are a lot of covers for this issue 8/issue 400 legacy numbering.
Yeah, I hate legacy numbering.
I hate that too. Just, I mean, what's it number 8? Like
Like,
why did?
we're only gonna make a big deal out of it on number 400. Number 398, it's gonna be in tiny little print up by the letterbox that nobody notices.
And
You know,
we're gonna get a big deal when it hits 10 and then 12, like every
That's-
round number.
Also, it doesn't really matter when you reboot a series about every 6 months. So
There's that too.
It's been what 10 Wolverine series.
yeah,
Well, we're only at 8, so we're not that deep into this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It was I don't know. Anybody read this one though? I mean, I did.
I tried. The art was so bad, it was hard to get through. And I don't know, Wendigo licking faces just turned me off. I'm like, what is this?
Well, you didn't like the weird Japanese game show?
No, what was that?
I don't know.
Maybe when the Simpsons had.
I don't know what the heck was going on there. It was strangely out of place.
It was.
Yeah. This was 3 stories, right?
I guess that was the other part that kind of really threw me off. Again, try not to spoil things, but you build up to like a big. You build up to like a big fight, big event, and it's over in like 2 pages, and then we just move on to like different stories. I'm like, what? What happened? That was fast.
I was reading, and I'm like, did Wolverine let himself go? Like he had way too many burgers.
He was just getting, squat. You're going with the more traditional, shorter Wolverine look.
Like Thor, he just let himself go for a little while. It's all right.
Yeah. Burger after burger after burger.
Gotta increase that protein intake.
Get in my belly.
Yeah. All in all, though, I'm not giving it a full thumbs up. I'm giving it a crooked just because I like this cover. Yeah. But what's inside this cover and the other covers, which a lot of them aren't that great. The Opania is pretty good. I do like the Opania, but you know what? I don't even think I can do that. I just like this cover. This, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm giving the thumbs up for the cover, but what's inside, though, I did not enjoy it really at all, to be honest.
What does that mean?
So I'm giving 2 thumbs up. Just thumbs up, just this particular cover.
Just that one of like 10 variants.
The rest of it, no.
It kind of sounds like it's on par with the regular Marvel stuff. Cover's good, but the inside's not as great.
I'll be willing to give it. Is there like a sideways thumbs up?
Yes, we got a sideways.
I'll do a sideways thumbs up. Like I didn't think it was. I liked maybe like I said, they tried to make like 3 stories that kind of interconnected, but they didn't really connect, and they just kind of like rebooted onto the next thing. Which is weird. I liked like one of them, which I think was like Daniel Johnson wrote or somebody, but the other 2 were weird, and there was a weird, like Bruce mentioned, the Japanese game show interlude thing going on.
that was a little.
Yeah, I was definitely a bit lost, and I was a bit lost in because I hadn't read the first 7 of these, so I was definitely lost in the story. I was like, I don't know, but I don't know how much you needed that. But I like the fact that like there was a good amount of action, but the art wasn't that great, so kind of canceled it out. So,
who's the prettiest? He does kind of look like show enough in that.
This for me would be a full thumbs down, but the Daniel Warren Johnson cover saves it, so I will give it a crooked thumbs down.
Crooked down for Dub.
Yep.
I don't know if I got a thumb out of Bruce before we see what Sticks thinks.
Thumbs
I
down.
like the cover, but I haven't read it. So, I'll give it a thumbs up for the cover.
Here, I'm going to put a second one here. There's Sticks with me. There, we're just on the cover. We're just doing for the cover. As for the rest of it and what's inside the book, well, you probably don't need to read it unless you just want to wrap up this adamant. I don't even know how to pronounce. What is it? Adamantine or whatever the gold shiny stuff.
I was looking at that too. Is it adamantine, adamantine?
I don't know.
Well, you could also read it if you want to. Always read it if you want your brain to rot.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So for the next book, I chose the cover that could have been good, but they made a bad choice. I went with the Godzilla Hulk cover, which could have been good. But the distance that they put Godzilla makes it look like he's fighting the dinosaur from Rugrats and not Godzilla.
It looks like Reptar,
baby.
Minya.
I'm just saying, if they would have done like a close-up Godzilla, like right up on Godzilla's maw, maybe with some fire coming out of his mouth, and Hulk standing right in front of him, like they're nose to nose. All right, I'm on board. Godzilla's got to be like 1,000 yards away for this to match up.
Right? Like I feel like speaking of things that come from Temu, I think it was like Temu Godzilla. I didn't.
Yes, the covers are not great too.
No.
And I know throughout the years there have been some bad renditions of Godzilla, and some are accurate to what he might have even looked like in some of the movies and whatnot. But it's still, we don't need it. You can sharpen it up.
The story of this felt like a cheesy '90s comic to me. Maybe it's just me, but
Oh, the inside. Oh, yeah. No, we're getting to the inside. Yeah. No,
things. Can we spoil things or not spoil things?
Not too many. You like if you spoil one little thing.
I mean, there's the jump start of Godzilla. I don't know. The worst with the electrical wire. Like what the hell?
Oh yeah, there was a there's
a lot of weird stuff that happened. And also too, why is this a versus book? They don't like fight each other. There's like a half page of them fighting each other in this thing.
It's all prep, I guess, because apparently we're getting a whole series. Like Godzilla is going to face the whole Marvel universe by the summer, so this is just all appetizer.
Yeah, I think the miniseries is going to be Godzilla versus everyone or something.
So you all the way down on this one, JJ?
I'll be. Yeah, I'm all the way down.
I'm all the way down. I couldn't get in. I love
a redeeming thing to say, but no.
Dude, I love Godzilla. I mean, I got my boy. I love Godzilla, but this one, I didn't think it could get worse than the Fantastic Four one, but it kind of did.
There's 5 of these, right? There was Fantastic Four, X-Men,
Spider-Man
one,
and Thor.
Avengers.
Well, we got 3 more. Whoever they're going to be, we got 3 more to turn this around. Anybody else want to weigh in on this one? Because
I did not get to this one.
I'm giving this a crooked thumbs up. They brought out Hedora, and all I could hear in my head was "Save the Earth" song from the movie. So just for that, that's gonna a crooked thumbs up. The rest of the
I almost gave him some props just for DC Kong Justice League, like that era of Godzilla. Just kind of attribute some of that goodness over here, but this is not that.
No. Yeah, Justice League versus Godzilla was way better.
Yeah. I'll end up getting this book, but I like the fight poster better. So
yeah, the fight poster was all right, but. Yeah, overall, it's still getting to leave it. You don't need this. You don't have to go and spend extra hard-earned cash on this one. Sorry, Marvel. It was a little bit of a rough week for you guys, but while I had a tough time picking out an indie, somebody had mentioned this when I was doing the watch list. So I said, you know what? Let's take a look at what the Turtles are in. I think somebody had mentioned I'm reading Turtles, so I was like, you know what? Let me dip in and let's read some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. After all the hoopla with a restart, new number 1, here we are with issue 8. What do you guys think?
I skipped it. Nope, no Turtles for me.
See, there's an answer for you. Skipped.
I read it, but I haven't read the first 7, so I was kind of lost. That was good. I can see out of the ones I read where I hadn't read, I read Wolverine 8, and I didn't read the first 7 Wolverines for that volume either. So when I read this, I'm like, you know, I might actually, unlike the Wolverine book, I might actually want to go back and read the first 7 of this because I thought it was pretty good.
I'm curious about a lot of things.
Everything was pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of things. Again, I felt lost as well trying to read this. I'm like, what happened to Donnie? Why does he look like he's been in a camp for not a good camp, a bad camp for
the bad kind?
And I'm like, and why does April got all these weapons? What's going on here? I guess she's Casey Jones or something now in this new universe. And then what happened to Splitter? I don't know. It's a lot of questions.
The whole Leonardo meditation and taking on all the goons, that was good. I liked it.
But were you full on up, or I'm going crooked up because I still felt a little lost. But I'm going crooked.
I mean, I don't know how they marketed this thing. I don't know if it was marketed as a jumping on point. I'll probably say
no.
Crooked.
I don't think it was.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just did it.
Yeah. I'll stick full thumbs up because I think if I knew what was going on, it'd probably be a pretty good read. It just felt that way, at least.
Yeah, this is me just running and just hopping on the back of a pickup truck on my own peril. Like they were calling me to come on. So me being lost and you being lost from you recommending this is totally on me for not knowing what the hell was going on in this title right now. Anyone else? Dub, you're a Turtle guy.
I am a Turtles guy, but I also have not read this series. I started picking up the Jason Aaron run, but I haven't read this series at all. I was definitely lost in this issue as well. However, the art was decent. And it was, I mean, you had the typical, Turtles action where Sometimes they fight the Foot Clan. Sometimes they're fighting random bad guys. Sometimes they're fighting each other. And you had all of those things in here. And I, like JJ said, I kind of want to go back, and I have to go back and read those anyway. I've been buying them. I just haven't read them. So that's one of the series that I have to go back and read.
I have a question for the Gooners in the audience. Is there any Turtles April action going on? No.
Not that I saw.
Okay, just making sure. Did I answer your questions out there? Okay.
But I will say, we really only get to see two Turtles. I don't know what the other two are really up to.
Yeah, it doesn't really point out. There's only
you don't get much of Mikey and Raph in this book. They're just kind of background players.
I was thinking that too. Like, are they dead? What's going on here?
It's just Tito and Jermaine just chilling in the back. They're not getting much love.
Jermaine. Letting Michael and Janet do all the work.
Number two. Who would be number 2 in the Jackson 5? Probably is Tito or Jermaine.
Jermaine. I think Jermaine.
Yeah, but it popped in my head.
I
think it's worth it. Like I said,
Janet.
I don't know, Dub. Did you say Crooked because you want to kind of check it out too?
Right, Crooked up.
Yeah. So I think I do want to kind of go back and see what's going on, because it wasn't awful or anything like that. It's just I just was lost. That's all, and that's again on me.
Oh, thank you for giving me the idea. I'm gonna make Joe's Dueling read the first 7 issues for reviews on Sunday.
Oh, well, with that, Bruce, we are going to get into your wheelhouse and go on over to DC.
Oh.
I heard telltale that you guys aren't going to do this on Friday, so I said, you know what? We'll do it Wednesday then. So you get to talk about it. Absolute Flash number 2.
Can I give 2 thumbs up? This was just amazing. It's just
no, you only get 1.
All my expectations, but I don't want to spoil it. If I talk about it, I will spoil it. So just a thumbs up.
Fair. And even though I did use 2 earlier on, that was a different case. Plus, I'm running the thing, so I get to do what I want.
Yeah, you get a boss.
Do what I want.
It's my rules. My house, my rules.
Double standards.
It is kind of tough. You do bring up a good point. It is kind of tough to not spoil this. Because kind of wanted to talk about it too, but
yeah,
I don't know. This first issue was a complete surprise to me. We usually don't do back-to-back issues, but I really was looking forward to reading this anyway. So I figured, let's see if they can keep up the pace. And I think they did. Like, I'm still 100% on board to keep seeing.
I will say that Captain Cold and Glider are badass.
Interesting. I don't know if I love Glider as much as what was a Trickster? Or no, is that what it? What's the dude with the big head?
I think it's Trickster.
I think it's supposed to be their update to Trickster. Kind of liked him. I told you.
It's a weird update.
It was a strange update, but I kind of get it. It's almost like a Borderlands vibe.
Now the Flash Gordon theme song stuck in my head. Thanks to Terry Floyd. But...
It's only 2 issues. I could probably jump in on that.
Mm-hmm.
See,
New York.
I didn't read it, but since Bruce wanted a second thumb up, I'll give him my thumbs up.
No, you don't get to give him your thumb.
No, I tried. Sorry, Bruce.
Not allowed.
I tried. I tried.
Dub or David, either you get to this one.
I think Dom will get mad if you give a thumbs up.
All right, well, let's see where Dub's going with his thumb.
This is out of all the absolute things that I've read, this is the only one that I'm like, man, I want to keep reading this book. The other ones, there's been some okay things in some of them, but this one, I wish the next issue was out.
I agree.
Look at Dub being high on a DC book. Even anticipating it. It's crazy.
I don't hate DC. I like.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's an X-Men book or something.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
It's the X-Men.
Was there an X-Men book this week?
Have hard work.
Oh, yeah, but no, this is definitely my favorite of the absolute corner of things right now. And it's probably not even close.
I'm sure it'll depress everyone, but I don't read Flash, so even absolute.
All right,
Flash.
I tried to read regular. We tried to read regular Flash like a couple weeks back, and Jesus, I was lost.
Nope.
Warlord is showing up, and I'm like, oh, there's 2 Flashes. What's going on? Ooh. Wow, I was
The whole
lost.
Flash family.
It's Flash in a box.
That's probably my biggest complaint. I mean, we can talk more broadly about DC in general, but because a lot of DC is much better than Marvel and comics these days. But the one thing I will complain about DC is there's too many characters for some of these groups. Like there's too many super characters in Action Comics. Like there's too many Supermen, women, kids, whatever for an Action Comic. There's too many Flashes. There's too many of each thing. Too many Bat characters. Like how many Robins and Batgirls?
There's not enough Bat characters. Damn it!
Like I get lost. It's like, wait a second, Stephanie Brown's a Batwoman too, or Batgirl?
The Bat family that has become like a Bat population of a city.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like, are they all descendant from Genghis Khan?
We can't complain about Bat characters because there's how many Spider-Verse characters?
They're at least from different universes. That's what I'm saying. That's a lazy trope, but at least they're from other universes.
They're from
these other Batman.
Like, I remember like when like Signal came on like years ago. It's like that was a blue. Yeah, I'm Signal. Like what?
Like think about that. However old we want to put Batman at these days, how many sidekicks has he raised through this? It's like every year he's got a new understudy.
Yep.
That's it. We'll leave it there. Absolute Flash. Definitely take it. And speaking of Superman and the crazy,
I agree,
huge, side character group here, she doesn't even show up in this book, I don't think, does she? Or was she just at the wedding?
She's just on the cover.
Just the cover.
Yeah, just the cover. Because it sells.
Yeah, because I thought I missed something, but no, I guess I didn't. I didn't notice her in there. I was like, unless she was at the wedding, because I didn't know who was like the maid of honor, I guess, or somebody was sitting next to. I don't know. There was a blonde next to Natasha in the wedding party in one of the pictures. It was a blonde girl. I thought it might have been her, but I'm not sure.
You know what? I would have rather have her in this book because why were there so many redheaded characters in this book that look alike?
I think they were all blonde.
That's what happened in the family. 40s. Everybody was a redhead.
Well, no, because
Lana was. Omen is Omen
and
part
then
of the family?
His buddy Pete, isn't that who her first husband was? And then they had a kid, didn't they, or something?
Yeah, Pete.
He was a redhead, and then they had a redhead kid. Yeah, so there's a couple of your redheads covered there.
I thought it was a good read, actually.
I kind of liked the story. I liked actually particularly the story when he was younger. Lana, that was a good one.
I thought it was going to be 4 separate stories, but they were all connected.
Yeah, they were just kind of chapters, like in the same story.
There's only 3, wasn't it?
3?
Was it 3 or 4?
It was 3, and then I think there was like a little. They kind of previewed like some crap at the end.
Oh, okay.
In some of the new books.
I was a little bit lost because there was like people showing up. They did the classic like character shows up and then like little footnote. Oh yeah, this character actually appears in this book. If you want to know who they are, I'm like, no, I don't, because I don't like to go back and read other books to figure out who's in this book.
Yeah, but I appreciate the editor's notes. I do appreciate that they try to help us out.
That's usually a complaint on TAC. I don't know who this character is. It'd be nice if they had a little editor's note. They add notes.
So I'm not going to complain about that. Overall, I'm just going to give this one a crooked, though, because it was a lot of book for not a lot of story. But, yeah, I don't know. Even with the 3-part, like, kind of dragged it out a bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, especially, there's a lot of Superman inner monologue in his head, especially in the first story. Yeah. It's like pages and pages. Like, is anybody going to talk in this first story?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely the inner monologue. And I mean, I will freely admit, I don't know where half of his side characters, his supporting cast, all got superpowers. Like, I know Lois had superpowers, but honestly, I don't know how she got them. I also don't know how Lana got them either, but I know she did because I've seen her on covers over at DC, but I'm not reading all these books because there's too much to read. But
Lois got her powers after absolute power because when they restored powers to heroes, some powers went to other people instead of back to where they were. She has Zod's powers for some reason.
So it's like superpower socialism.
Yes.
Like distributed.
You get powers. You get powers. Everybody get powers.
Distributed amongst the people.
But what happens when you go get your powers back? You're like, oh man, I used to have powers, and now we got some old school health and
Only
everything.
half my powers here. What the hell?
I will say this, it was cool with the Absolute Verse tie-in. That was something to look forward to. So thumbs up for me.
All right, JJ, did you give a thumb on this one?
I'll give it a crooked thumb. I like parts of it. I was kind of lost in other parts, but I will say that I was a little bit like when I first started reading, I was a little bit leery about the art. The art worked out well at the end.
Yeah.
I think it was all Jorge Jimenez did all of the art, and then there were 3 different writers for this.
So
that definitely helped. Having one artist go through the whole way, it definitely helped it kind of feel more cohesive, and I don't know.
I still feel like in the Superman universe, there's an unnatural amount of redheaded superheroes and people.
Yes.
They're overrepresented in this book.
Yeah, overrepresented. The gingers are overrepresented.
That's why they tried to course correct in mini shows and movies. We don't need redheads here.
Yeah, we got them all over in Superman summer special.
What do you like? Dye your hair or something like?
Like, where's Doctor Who? He always wanted to be a ginger.
He did.
He did.
Still not
Shameless plug for the Doctor Who show over on Styx's channel every Tuesday.
9 p.m. Thank you.
Well, what I can do. Hey, Dub, did you read this one?
I give this a crooked thumbs up. I'm not super familiar with what was happening, but it was a number one shot, and it kind of made sense all the way through. Again, I didn't know like who all of the people were, but I mean, it wasn't bad, and I like the art. So
they gave you the editor's note to tell you the one person.
Yeah, right.
Go back and look at Justice League, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't know a lot of things. I was like, oh, she's marrying John Henry Irons. I had no idea. Like, okay,
yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
I thought it was just Luke Cage showing up. He's just a sweet Christmas, getting some coffee over in the DC universe.
They actually did it on the CW Superman and Lois. They were dating.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't want. I honestly, I didn't watch that one. That was the last one, right?
Yeah, that was the best one.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the Supergirl show that started on CBS.
It started out good.
Yeah.
You said it about every CW show. It started good.
Yeah, that's true. Two seasons is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
I still think, I mean,
like Arrow was an unstoppable killing machine on Arrow. Oh, yeah.
Arrow kind of went too long, lost its way. Flash did the same thing. They went a little too long, I think. But Legends of Tomorrow was probably my favorite, just because it was kind of goofy all the way through. It was
goofy. And we got
I liked that it accepted the goofiness. They're time traveling. Yeah. I don't know. All right. With that said, next DC book and our last DC book for the new releases, Bruce's pick. He wanted us to read Titans number 22.
Yay!
He's back.
He's back.
Go ahead, Bruce. You can start us off with this.
Is that who's
back? Deathstroke is back. He was dead. He's been dead since
last issue.
Dark Crisis. He's been dead like 2 years now. It was nice seeing Slade back in the comics and with his protege Tara making an appearance. Which brought back all the memories of what was that? The early series, that storyline.
Oh, the Judas Contract?
Judas Contract. That was so weird.
I thought you were gonna go Teen Titans Go.
Still creeped me out with that scene.
Slade.
She pulled the same thing in Teen Titans Go, that Tara.
It was refreshing not to have to read another Raven Trigon story. After this book, the first half of this series has been Trigon and Raven.
Why does she look? Also, why are they doing Raven like she's one of the Gotcha Man characters?
I don't know. They're drawing her very animated.
Yeah, it looks like this Battle of the Planets. When I was reading, I feel
like that's how. Ever since the cartoon, I feel like that's how Raven always kind of gets depicted lately.
Yeah,
like everything.
Like, I thought it was just a hood. Now she's like a bird lady.
They even did that one. Was it Cami Garcia did that one Raven book, and it also had an anime look to her.
I don't know. That's who's about to start I don't know.
I wasn't sure who she was because, like you said, usually she's got like that darkish look to her face, but here you can see. She looked like a teen. She actually looked like she should be a teenager, I guess. But
yeah,
she's coming out looking like a backup dancer from Moore's Day and the Time, just flapping the wings.
So I give it a thumbs up.
Deep cut there for most people.
Too far.
Well, bringing up Moore's Day and the Time might be a little too far. Jerome.
Oh. So, thumbs up for me. It's Titans.
All right. Bruce is giving that thumbs up. I'll tell you, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I did feel a little not completely like lost. I mean, I felt like I was kind of quickly brought up to speed with things that might be going on in the background. I was like, oh, I guess Arsenal and Donner got a little thing going on. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. And then Garth is rocking some sweet burns. Like he's got almost a chin strap going there with his Beast Boy look. I don't know. Seemed all right. I like the whole. Are you doing your Robin thing? Are you doing your Dark Knight Detective thing? That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a crooked. I'm not going full thumbs up because I don't know if I'm going to go back and catch up per se. I mean, I didn't know who the Starfire with the Storm Mohawk was. It looked like a Starfire cyborg mashup character. I didn't know who that was at first.
Yeah, it's a new android that's
probably like a beam or something.
Probably going to turn on them.
That's usually the case. Yeah, they even kind of allude to that. It's like, hey, how did she do this? I don't know. Like, I don't know how she got that information. Uh-oh. Ultron gonna Ultron, I guess.
Pretty much. Tom Taylor hasn't wrote this in a while. They have someone new on it. Layman, I think.
Layman. Why do I know that name?
Yeah, Layman.
Wasn't that an old Valiant writer? It's probably not
Layton. Bob Layton.
Layton. No, that's what I'm thinking of, Dub. I'm thinking of Bob.
Did anybody read Valiant? Did anyone?
Yeah, I read a lot of old Valiant. That stuff was good. Art was terrible, but that stuff was good.
He just thinks somebody came out of retirement from writing from Valiant. This book 20 years later.
Were you in college getting high and drunk?
Maybe.
I wrote Young Blood back in the day. My next credit is Teen Titans.
I did not read this one.
I didn't read it either.
It was all right. Like I said, if you did, you did. But
I like how I will say this about it. I like how they could fit like every single name for Slade on that headstone, even though it like goes down to the dirt. Wilson, Deathstroke, and Slade all in one.
That is true.
How much did that
cost? Don't leave any names off. Nobody will recognize them.
It's Loving Father. Loving Father of 2? Was he got Jericho and Rose?
And what's his name? What was his name? Crap. He was the abusive one. Beat up his girlfriend.
Chris Brown.
He died.
Chris Brown.
I was gonna say Bobby Brown. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Too soon.
How many NFL running backs can I name in there?
We can just stick with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, before we get ourselves in trouble, leave it there.
Too late.
We'll just take it. And that's going to take us to our older reviews, because I did decide to do a bit of a tie-in to our most recent book. So we are going to do some retros. And Bruce mentioned it. We're going to kind of go back to the time of the Judas contract just before and look at Slade Wilson's first appearance.
Yay.
Meh.
There's a lot of words. I didn't want to read this. There's a lot of words.
I'll let you go and defend
words on the cover. Look at all those words on the cover.
Yeah,
I don't read all that.
Bruce, I'll let you go and defend this first, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
This is a classic George Perez written story. We got Slade Wilson, we got all the Titans, and I forgot how mature the Titans were written back in the 80s. Wow. Wow.
They're mature.
Well, they were using
a lot of them. We had some domestic abuse. We had Cyborg saying he couldn't get help looking the way he looked. It was just like a lot of themes that were happening in the 80s.
You're shocked by this when like the first image of everybody knows the Speedy is he's shooting up heroin on a cover.
The O.J. Simpson ad on the back cover, Lisa.
Oh boy.
We got Hive using Slade's son, Grant, shooting him up with drugs and stuff, and he dies. And I like the issue. It's getting a crooked thumbs up. So it's a classic issue. So suck it, Pete.
I'm just kidding. I'm still embracing the Temu Marco persona with tell you why you're wrong. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I do agree. I mean, if you just go back and just read this as I had, I felt lost again because, like, man, there's a lot I don't really remember from this time. Like, I know I read all this stuff, but I've forgotten a lot. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm forgotten. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Thinking of, like, old side stories and things that they were telling back then. Because, Jesus, I mean, this is, what, 40 plus years ago now.
Wow.
So it's been a while. Like, it's been a while. Like, with this would be the same as when we were all kids going, hey, let's go back and read Action Comics 1. Like, that's the time frame, how far back you got to go. Like,
now I see why so many adult men are screwed up. They're screwed up because of these adult comics in the
They read Teen Titans comics when they were younger.
They kind of weaned us off of this stuff and just kind of paced us all for trades now and like stretched out every storyline, and we're paying $5 a comic where it used to be $1. Like, we used to be able to throw $1 down and get a book, and it was jam packed.
Ask your parents, can I read that Wolverine comic? No, here's Teen Titans. That sounds child appropriate.
Yeah, this is fine.
It was not child appropriate.
It's like, we're dealing with a domestic violence and racism and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's I will also give it that crooked thumbs up. It's not that there's too many words. It's just, again, I just felt lost in what was going on at the time, because while it's only issue 2 of this new series, they were building.
Yeah.
And they were building off of a lot of stuff at the time. Like those orange pull-up boots. They go all the way up mid-thigh.
Why does everybody in like 80s comics dress super villains and superheroes like when they wear boots? It's either got to be like pirate boots or like oddly weird thigh-high boots.
Yeah. Well, unless you got Robin. Robin's got those little slip-ons. They got the little feathering at the back. Just got little slip-ons that you just kind of slide on his feet. You can't see him.
Aqua shoes or the shoes you used to wear underwater or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to the beach afterwards. Going to do some boogie boarding.
I totally forgot they used to call him Bat Boy.
Bat Boy?
Yeah, Cyborg kept calling him Bat Boy.
Oh, yeah. It was a weird time.
Cyborg was intense.
Yeah, he was intense. And then meanwhile, you throw in a character like Starfire, you just got like this overt sexuality just thrown in front of like kids' faces.
And in teens, a bunch of teens.
It's like, all right, these are Teen Titans. Anyone else go back and reread this one for fun?
No.
Marv Wolfman, George Perez, Deathstroke, thumbs up.
Full on thumbs up from Dub. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, it's still a good book. I still remember when I won this on an eBay auction. I was going out for the night. I was taking a train into Philly and I'm watching my phone and I'm like, come on. I think I won this probably like an 8.5. It was like a very fine plus. It was like $85 at the time. I was just happy. I was like, all right, I got one for under $100. That's all that my whole goal was. I wanted to get this book and I wanted to get it for under $100. And I did.
Just think about it.
Go ahead, Bruce.
No, I was going to say, think about it. A young Rob Liefeld was reading this and plotting ways to steal the character and make it Deadpool.
Yeah.
Just say it.
So true.
Just say it.
It influenced a whole different character.
We lost the pirate boots though.
They're both named Wilson.
Hey, those pirate boots are iconic. Okay.
Well, let's
Wade
not.
Wilson.
Yeah, let's
Slade
not
Wilson.
throw off the fact that they rhyme their first names too. But he changed 2 letters into one.
The only reason he didn't have the pirate boots in there is he can't draw those. You know that. He can't draw that. But I was going to ask, like, do you think, as like a longtime Deathstroke knowledge person, do you think that the Teen Titans cartoon, at least the first one, ruined Deathstroke for a great many people because he kind of just became Deadpool Slade, bad guy? Like that's what that generation knows now is Deathstroke, not like old Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They tried to get him right on
he used to be the Terminator.
Arrow.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that was right. Manu
Bennett.
I was gonna say Ginobili, but I was like, that's not right.
Ginobili.
It's not Manu Ginobili.
No. That's why he wasn't there for that 1 year with the Spurs.
Ginobili.
You got Spears on your mind?
Spurs.
Oh, anyway. I did pick one more retro review, and this one it might spoil what we're going to get into next, but I don't care. I decided to go with Devil's Reign because we're going to spoil Daredevil for you if you haven't watched it. So coming up right after this, we're going to get right into Daredevil, the finale, and the season as a whole, and looking ahead to season 2. Whatever we want to talk about, we're going to do it. It came out yesterday. If you didn't watch it, well, we're going to ruin it for you. Or just come back and watch this later. That said, I decided to pick this book because the topic of this storyline is kind of where they're going, or kind of targeted towards in season 2 with the vigilante, anti-vigilante laws, which again is not something that's only this final episode. Like, it was something that they've had the whole season for the most part. They've been building. They had the anti-vigilante task force with all their Punisher gear on. So this is not really spoiling much by bringing this book up. That said, I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to go back and read this here. I did like this series when I initially read it. I know they're not going to 1-for-1 adapt this or in any way. I mean, they're not going to throw Captain America all of a sudden on TV. It's not going to happen.
They get Tony Stark's Iron Man show up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is not
still
off the old Iron Man gear, and Chris Evans ain't coming back with his shield so they could do this on TV. That's not what I'm saying. But maybe we get some bits of it, some highlights of it, broader strokes, ideas of this. Maybe there's more people coming than the crew of cops that were in Josie's bar at the end of. Again, sorry, I'm spoiling things.
God, I hope so.
Exactly. Like, we need some heavier hitters than this.
Yeah, I hope it's a little more than that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the bank negotiator, she's not doing much for me.
Avengers Assemble is just random good guy cops that show up in the fucking bar. You're like, wait, what?
You got Cherry and Angela. And
we were told there would be Punch and Pie. That's why we were going to show up.
Right.
Showed up.
Yeah, every time Cherry comes on, I keep thinking of Max Cherry from Jackie Brown. Like, I'm thinking, like, are they the same guy? Because it kind of could be.
I don't remember much actually specifically about it. I kind of remember the like you said, the general concept of the.
Yeah, I did like this series. I did enjoy it. It wasn't quite Shadowland level, but it was a good Daredevil event, and I'm kind of biased. I do like Daredevil, so I'm giving it the thumbs up because I did like it the first time, and even on my quick reread, which I will freely admit, I kind of had to speed through the reread today to make the show tonight. But I remember the broad strokes of this thing. I'm like, all right, we're not going to get all of this. Like I said, we just can't. They're not going to do it or pay the money to do this. So, but maybe we'll get bits.
Well,
definitely. Oh, go ahead, Bruce.
No, I was going to say, this has to be one of Marvel's worst events. They should have been thrown in the trash. Every character in this book was garbage. The writing was. I'm kidding.
You got muted anyway.
Give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up for me. I love this series.
That's better.
I was about to get a letter of termination. You have been fired from Rennavision. Oh,
You
wait,
are no longer our HR coordinator. Turn in your binder, sir.
We'll send you overseas like we did someone else.
We'll make you disappear. All right, Dub, what do you got on this one?
So, quick question. In this story, this is where Kingpin, there's something that happened to Kingpin. I don't remember what. He doesn't know who Matt Murdock is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there it is. There's our human resource policies. But yeah, I forget how they did it. That he forgot who Matt Murdock is, and he thinks that somebody's messing with him.
Okay.
It had to be, I think it was magic.
Yeah, probably magic involved. There's definitely things that happen in this book that they can pull. There's a few characters that we've already seen on screen that can make their way over to help Daredevil. Not, obviously, like you said, not all of them, but there's a few in here that I definitely would like to see and that would be feasible because they're not really doing anything right now in the MCU. So
I mean, I guess instead of getting like your Avengers, maybe you would bring in just the Defenders to move into those positions.
Maybe do it a little bit better. I mean,
maybe do better.
You're not getting Torch here.
Torch.
Spidey's probably out. I don't know what's going on with Medusa over here because that's a lot of hair. That's like some Donna Plummer.
I can't remember the actress's name now from the TV show.
Sydney Sweeney?
Elodie something?
Yeah, I don't remember her name.
She's got a different show. She's on another show, so I don't know if we can even get her back. We're probably not going to get Miles. We could get Jessica Jones and hopefully Cage back. Cap, no. Sue Storm probably wouldn't make sense, and we're not getting Iron Man.
Sure. You got away with Iron Fist not being on the cover.
Yeah, we did. And maybe we can get away with him.
You don't have to ask for him back because he's not on the cover.
Who's Iron Fist?
Yeah, who's Iron Fist?
You know what? He actually, I made jokes too, but he actually got better in season 2.
Did he?
He did. No, he was not. He still wasn't good. He still wasn't good, but he got better. He was better. He was more likable. He didn't seem so confused and lost. Not only with the kung fu and the fighting, but with the acting. Like in the first season, man, that shit was rough.
He was some executive's nephew or something to get that job.
No, they were just like, "Ooh, Game of Thrones. We got a Game of Thrones actor on our show. All right."
Well, we see how that goes with Game of Thrones actors.
You picked the wrong one.
What do you mean we don't have cue cards on the
cue cards?
They did actually hire a few, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, Ramsey made his way onto the Inhumans. Granted, that was the worst. That had to be the worst Marvel show. That Inhumans show was. That was
Marvel hopes you forget.
We got Kit Harington.
Like, I mean, they literally like took over an apartment complex and said, "We're just going to film here and say this is Inhuman land." Like, it's like, what? They're just like in a condo area. Yep, that's it. This is where the Inhumans live. This is Attila. Our square condo.
They Airbnb'd it.
Yep.
Wow. Talk about low budget. Anyway, we got pretty far afield there with what we were talking about.
Well, outside the circle.
Yeah, still go ahead and read this, but I think this will help us transition into what you should be watching. So we'll just get right into it and go right into that finale of Daredevil. We were doing it anyway, so let's just get into the finale for Daredevil. And
let me get my notes out.
Season as a whole, too. You can talk just about this episode, the whole season, whatever you want to go with. The floor is yours. Whoever decides they want to open the door on this one. All bets are off. So you know what? Just to be on the safe side, I probably should, for everyone out there, cover your ears because we're running the alert.
Spoiler!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Warning!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Oh my god.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
You had plenty of time to get away. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, DC boy.
First off, I'm gonna say I'm the Punisher. What it was with that
How he talks.
Batman voice?
That's how he's done the whole time.
What am I doing here, Frank?
That's a
That's
good
not how
name.
John Bernthal normally talks.
That's a good name. Yeah, that's how Shane talked too.
I've seen the trailers for The Accountant too. I know how it goes.
Yeah, it don't matter. He's wearing a cowboy hat. He's still talking like that.
I was
Still doing a Stallone impersonation.
I went to the same acting class The Rock went to.
I don't even think he went to the same class as The Rock. I think he went to the Joey Tribbiani class.
I was gonna say the Vin Diesel acting class, maybe.
This is how you sell Street Sharks.
It was like watching Dom if Dom was cast in Daredevil.
Wait, Dom, wait.
Wow.
Daredevil, I'm not gonna be there for you, Daredevil. I don't care.
Shit, what was Dom's character name?
Vinny the Rod?
Vinny the Rod.
That's Dom the Pickle. I'm gonna give this a 7 overall.
For the episode?
No, for the whole series. Episode, I'm giving a 6.
Ooh, okay.
It's the same problem that Moon Knight had. I want to see more Daredevil. I want to see more action. I really didn't care about Kingpin and Vanessa's marital problems, going to therapy, and everybody just happens to know the same therapist in the city. Hundreds of therapists in New York City. He's dating her. They're all going to her as getting help. I still have a problem with him just randomly bumping into the Punisher in the sewers. Oh, I just followed my hearing, my Kryptonian hearings that I have all of a sudden. Get out of here with that. Come on. And then how the hell did he get out the hospital, from the hospital back to his apartment, bleeding in a gown with his ass out? What? That was ridiculous. Come on. But I will say this: the fight scene in the apartment was great. So I'll give this episode a 6.
What was his ass
I wanted more.
Trying to remember his ass being out. I don't remember his ass being out.
I don't remember asses out in those episodes.
No.
Bruce notices those kind of things.
No. When Frank said, "Are you gonna fight with your ass out?" So I assumed his ass was out when he making his way from the hospital to the house.
You're making assumptions.
Maybe he double gowned it. Went around the front and the back, tied it together, full coverage.
I know it was dark, but it wasn't that dark.
But I don't know. I think you're being a little harsh on this as a whole. I get it. Everybody wants more Daredevil in their Daredevil show, and we did get him. It's not like he just showed up in episode 9 and we haven't seen him all season. Like, he's been there already. Like, we've seen him for half the season already. So we've got there. Yes, it took a little while to build to get there, but we've seen him. I'm fine with the pacing of this show. I see a little of the weird transitions, I guess, of what they had before and how they kind of wanted to change it. So there is some stuff that still feels uneven. Hopefully that gets smoothed out in season 2, because I know some of it felt a little awkward, especially when we got that bottle episode right in the middle. It was just kind of like, okay, we're just going to have a bank robbery. So it's just one-off episode. We're going to do this heist episode, and we're not really going to call back to it. Yeah. We're not really going to do anything else with it. It's just...
They did call back to it. They did call back to it. In the last episode, not this one. The last episode, she says she mentions about the bank examiner.
Yeah, but I mean that's it. I mean it's not really like it was a big key.
Yeah.
Not like all of a sudden, what do you call it? Kamala Khan's dad is hanging out with Matt in the streets, like they're going out for beers.
Turns out the pivotal moment you thought was pivotal is not really that pivotal.
No,
that's how this whole series kind of went.
Overall, it still gave me what I want when they did give us action. And again, I can't have a superhero fight level thing every episode. It's just not going to happen, but they still gave us plenty. I mean, did you see what D'Onofrio did to that dude's head?
Come on. I didn't want to bring that up, but the special effects on that looked bad.
Yeah,
Like that was bad.
Good enough for me. I mean, I didn't know what I want. I didn't want like a Terrifier episode. We don't need Dario D'Argento bringing in here with buckets of blood. Like it was fine on that level. It's just he's doing the great Kali. He's crushing skulls, and all of a sudden.
I will mention this. Muse was a disappointment for the show.
I will agree with that. And I feel bad for folks who invested in the character, considering they kind of talked him up. He's like, oh yeah, he's gonna be long-term villain. Well, sorry, spoiling what happened 2 episodes ago. Like he didn't make it.
No.
Yeah, but people spec on dumber shit than Muse.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it seemed like they were building towards more. I mean, they were kind of laying the groundwork, and they left a lot of threads that didn't really kind of sew up completely. Like
right
with the kid under the mask, and all that. Like they kind of tease it, but they didn't really confirm anything.
Yeah, they should have dragged that out a little more.
The pacing for this whole series has kind of been uneven to me, but I always feel like when they renew something for a season 2, and like they know so early that like, oh, now we can kind of just leave this kind of dangling out there. We'll fix it later, everything, rather than like full circle complete the thing. But like to me, like okay, for instance, pacing wise, like why the hell was the process of Fisk becoming mayor, the actual election process, like 1 episode of the series? I feel like that's like a season. You can get like a season-long arc out of that thing. Yeah. It's just like, oh, like 30 minutes later, now I'm mayor now.
He's mayor.
What?
He won.
Mayor.
You're right. He just make a phone call and
all the lights go out. Get out of here. Not how that works. You got to call the mob first, then you got to call the unions first. After that, you call the union.
He's already got him in his pocket.
I guess.
There's things I enjoyed. I kind of enjoyed the Punisher a little bit, but like I think people like enjoy the fact that the Punisher just came back, and that was this episode. I'm like, great. But,
yeah, to go back to stay.
I think they're very clearly basically going back to the Netflix playbook, only now on Disney Plus, where they're trying to recreate this kind of Netflix universe, and these will be the characters that we just keep in Disney Plus and nobody gives a shit about, and then we're going to put the other stuff in the actual movies and kind of separate it that way. And like, I don't know if anybody wants that though. Like, do I want to go back to then? Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed like the first season or 2 of Daredevil on and Netflix and all that, but like, do I want all Netflix universe like coming back, and like, how far are we going to go with this? Like, I don't think anything in the Netflix universe ended up that great that I want it back.
I agree.
Well, it's not that I don't want it back. It's just don't try to sell it to me again. If that makes sense, like just continue. Like if you're either going to continue on or don't. Like don't try to start over or repackage the same thing and tell me the same stories again, because we already did that.
I still think it was a mistake for them to continue from the Netflix show. I think they should have just started over, fresh stories, not a continuation.
Mm-hmm.
I think too many people liked the Netflix series, and that's why they kept going with it. I mean,
but they're not watching this.
But I think it's one of those things where I think people fondly remember that, especially the last half of all the Netflix stuff being better than it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you actually go back and probably watch that, it probably wasn't that great. Like the last season of Daredevil in there wasn't that great. Like,
well,
do I need to continue here?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, I think at the time, like me enjoying the last season of Daredevil was because comparing it to, well, it's better than that Defenders show they gave me. Like at the time, but if I go back and watch it now with, hey, I've seen Endgame type of eyes, like, how did this hold up?
Well, I think they're keeping the premium characters, if we call that, like probably to the movies or whatever. This is going to be like its own little thing.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Get out of this.
Do you think do you think a Daredevil movie would do well?
No.
Probably not at this point.
I think this didn't even do well. No. I mean, like viewership wise, this did not like exceed their viewership standards that they want to see on most shows. So
I think it could have. At this point, I don't know if we need a in theaters type of movie. I mean, what story are they going to tell that would warrant a movie? And then they're probably going to lean on other. I mean, they're already doing it for the show. It's like is it just going to be a who's who of street level characters that we can throw into the movie? It's not really going to be about Daredevil anymore because they've already kind of covered the broad strokes, greatest hits, and best ofs of.
You know what I think would really make a Daredevil movie work in theaters? Is if you cast Colin Farrell as Bullseye, then have him unironically point at his forehead and say Bullseye. That would make a great Daredevil movie.
Hey, Michael Clark Duncan actually was a good Kingpin.
I did like that
show.
Yeah,
but was good. Ben Affleck was not a good Daredevil.
Everybody else was not a good anything in that movie.
I mean,
the only other believable acting job was Elektra's dad when he died in that movie.
No, I'm serious though. In comic book cinema, the only thing worse than that playground flirt fight between Elektra and Daredevil, the only thing worse than that is Benjamin Bratt and Halle Berry playing basketball in Catwoman. That's the only thing. That's a lower par.
In all superhero movies.
In all of I'm talking Mystery Men and anything. And I kind of like Mystery Men.
Fantastic Four movie, the Josh Trank, Fantastic.
Yeah, all as hamming it up as Tommy Lee Jones did as Two-Face or Arnold. It was his,
everybody free.
All of that, all his bad puns, all of that, no comparison. Or Poison Ivy, Uma Thurman doing her 1920s timeless Tony Storm impersonation. Hey, baby.
Or Bane, that's supposed to be a genius and actually he had a lobotomy.
Yeah, exactly. Batman pulling out a credit card at a charity event.
The city will learn.
Like Batman's got a credit card so he can purchase a date with Poison Ivy. What is this weird nonsense? We're watching prostitution happen on screen.
Swipe.
Yeah, just never leave home without it. Thanks, Batman, for the shameless plug.
Are we doing thumbs up or thumbs down on season or just this episode? I'm curious.
And let's not forget, Jon Favreau is foggy.
What did you say?
Oh, God. I said, are we doing thumbs up or thumbs down on the season? Or
we should do that. Either or. Season or the show. I'm going up the whole way. I still enjoyed this. It may not have been perfect. To use Bruce's, I guess, out of 10, I'd give the finale, and I think the season as a whole, probably about like an 8, 7.5 to an 8. I'm biased though as a Daredevil fan, so I will freely admit.
I can tell.
I would say it's about an 8 for me.
I can tell.
Hey, I admit it. Anyone else want to throw their thumb into the ring?
I'm going to give it a full thumbs up for everything.
There you go,
the episode and for the whole season. I love this season. I think this season was great. Ass. I'm not kissing ass. Who needs to kiss ass when it's a good series? I think it's a good series. I'm no shill. Get out of here. I'm no shill.
He knows his truth.
The truth.
I know my truth.
He knows who butters his biscuit.
Yeah, me. Don't be buttering my biscuit. Get out of here.
Don't be buttering my biscuit. I don't know. I'll give it. Is there like a perfectly sideways thumbs up, like average?
I can do whatever you like.
Like a meh. Is it a meh?
Like a meh. Like I kind of want more of it, but I'm also meh. I don't know. So like very crooked thumbs up, I guess would be my thing.
I go full on side. I'm still putting you on the good side though.
If I was rating it out like 5, it'd be like a 3 or 2.5 even maybe. So.
Well, still the 3 is still easing on the side of.
Yeah.
I'm giving you a 5.5 out of 10.
I don't know how to feel about the finale. Like I liked certain aspects of it, but then like I also thought like the good guy cops showing up to kind of be like the what good vigilante squad or whatever. Like and the I don't know. There's just
I didn't really take it. Thankfully, they didn't play it up too much. They didn't do like a like, hey, let's zoom in on all their faces and like give them a moment to shine while they get. They were just background. They were definitely just background.
Remember that
Hell,
guy?
they even told the one image was through the hole in the newspaper. It was Daredevil. Nobody else matters. They just fillers.
Nobody else matters.
I don't know, like I didn't much like the whole. What was the big kind of reveal? I guess to spoil it for everybody was what Vanessa kind of be behind, like Foggy's murder or whatever. And I'm like,
I guess. And
I don't know, that didn't really impact
Red
me
Hook
much
was
either.
all about Kingpin's bigger plans for Red Hook, which maybe we get a Shadowland. Maybe we get something in that angle. I'm just hoping. I like Shadowland.
Yeah.
Dub, what you think about the season?
For me, this episode was probably about 8.5. The season, I give it a solid 8. It's a full thumbs up. Not everything can be as good as the Martha scene from Superman Batman, so you gotta be able to give it.
Why did you say Martha?
Not everything can be as good as that DC stuff, So I mean,
why'd you say that?
I guess for a Marvel show, it was okay.
Shots
Did
fired.
you go full or were you crooked?
I like Dub up until today.
And where were you at, Bruce, with your thumb? We never got a thumb out of you.
I know where his thumb is.
You said a 7, so you know what? I'm gonna put you on the side of a crooked.
I will say this one more thing.
No.
If you're gonna go against rogue cops, don't show up with a Glock with maybe 15 bullets in it, thinking you're gonna take them all out, and a knife. What? Where was his machine gun? Could they not get a machine gun for that freaking scene? Just say it.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah.
But I'll watch season.
Is he really the same character? He doesn't have an Uzi. I mean,
yeah, come on. Need a Uzi. He could have picked up one at the 7-Eleven. It's New York City. Somebody would have been outside selling it. Oh,
He still grunted and scared a lot of those cops.
Come here, let me shake your hand. Yeah. Oh, go
what was it? Petruglia.
Where's Micro when you need him?
He's busy. He was over at Andor for a while. Yeah. Now I think he's the Thing.
Of course, this leads right into that Punisher special that we're getting.
Well, I'm fine with that. He needs the special.
You're gonna have 45 minutes.
I need my Punisher special with a little less Karen Page. That's all. Like, don't force feed me other characters that because you got them paid. Like, well, we got them. Let's put her in there. No, she don't fit. She's Daredevil. Let her stay over there.
I wanted to, after I saw her, I wanted to go back and watch True Blood.
True Blood, huh?
Yeah, she was in True Blood.
I know. The best thing that I saw her in recently was her explaining to Punisher how to play D&D.
What?
Yeah. She was explaining D&D to the Punisher. It's the best thing I've seen in a while.
Oh my god, I have to see that.
You got a problem with John Barenthal talking as the Punisher in this, but you got to put up with Anna Paquin talking in True Blood with that acting.
Don't forget Bill. Thicky.
Yeah, no, there have been some. Well, hey, speaking of Anna Paquin, how about her Rogue? Don't do accent. Just don't do accent.
Don't forget, this is you're getting a 7 out of me for this. After watching the Penguin, every superhero show will be judged on the level that is Penguin for me.
Harsh.
Yeah. I was a big fan of the Penguin too, but yeah, it is what it is.
I always view the Penguin like a mob show more than anything else.
Yeah, it was.
I like mob.
It's a mob show more or less.
It's just an extension of the Sopranos. Where's Junior? Oh, he's at the Bada Bing.
He's down there over there by there.
No. Over there.
I'm looking over there. It might be over here.
All right. Well, we're done with the Marvel talk. So let's talk about the other show that came back this week. If you guys watched it, I caught up. I didn't think I was going to be able to. I caught up because I also had to finish last season. I didn't realize I missed 3 episodes of season 1. But I watched it last night and today.
So you watched this episode?
Yes, I watched it
wow.
all. I watched all the way
That's
through. I
amazing.
watched 2 episodes last night, and I watched the finale of season 1 and the first episode of this today. So I'm ready to roll, but I'll let anybody else want to go first.
I did go back and watch the last episode of season 1. Rewatch it, I should say. And then I watched this. Because I started this one and I was like, you know what? I better go back. So I went back.
That wasn't a bad. I mean, I'm glad I watched it how I did, and then I could be fresh. I want to be fresh.
It's kind of been a minute. I mean, it's been what? Dub probably knows exactly how long it was. This 2 years?
I think it was just about like almost exactly 2 years because it came out. Well, no, it came out in January 2 years ago, so a little over 2 years.
So well, they definitely earned the time jump that they do. Again, I'm not trying to spoil things, but they do kind of earn that.
Can we spoil this one or no?
I haven't seen it yet, but
it's Sunday. It's Wednesday now.
I'll try not to. This is gonna be tough because I'll try not to spoil the rest of the season for people. But yeah.
No, I don't know. I feel like we can spoil this. Again, it's been days. It's not just like Daredevil was a stretch because it came out yesterday, and I felt a little bad if I spoiled it for people who didn't get a time to watch it. But this came out Sunday. You had half the week to watch this already, so
I forgot about it.
We want to talk about.
How did you?
I'll watch it tonight.
Have you played the games, Pete, or no?
I didn't. See, that's the thing. I did not play the game, so I don't know where any of this is coming from or any of this is going.
Well, how did you feel about this? I wonder how an outsider's perspective, because I know Doug played the games, but how did an outsider's perspective view the time jump? Because that happens in the games. There's big time jumps in the games too. So.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as The Walking Dead in the comics time jump.
Yeah,
like at the end, that big jump at the end when they wrapped up Walking Dead in the comics, that thing felt uncomfortable. It was a little awkward to go that far, like 5 years, but I was fine with it once I settled into it.
Yeah.
So it didn't throw me too much for a loop. It didn't throw me like that much for a loop to go 5 years. I'm like, okay, here we are. I mean, kind of makes sense.
So what did you? So yeah, go ahead, JJ.
I was gonna say them starting off with Abby was an interesting choice. Like as Dub probably knows.
That's what I read. I saw some things with again. Well, I know a bits about what I got broad strokes ideas of things that will come, even though I didn't play the game.
You play as Abby in the game, right? And that's probably like I don't know, maybe 15 hours of gameplay ish, more give or take.
Mm.
Like here, like you kind of just like get her like straight tossed at you, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like I see why they did it, but like right away, that's the first literally like character you see, or at least noticeable character.
Yeah, she's pretty like intense in the bit that they gave her. Maybe a little too much so.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like what I mean by that is like they didn't have to take it. Like I got the point of what they were getting. Actually, no, we're gonna go get Joel. Like you promised me, we're gonna get it. I didn't need and we'll kill him slow. Like that. That's when they started pushing it too far.
We're gonna do it that way.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
ease it up there, little girl. Come on. Just okay. I get it. You're mad.
Yeah. You didn't really like get the context of what she was mad about. Like you just know people died, and like obviously somebody she cared about died because she puts the
I buried. It was like 13 graves of people I knew. I'd probably be pretty upset too.
Yeah. But like she seems like noticeably more upset than the other ones.
Yeah, they gave us that like right after they started out with the ending scene from last season, which like promised me whatever, Ellie and Joel, and then they went right to this Abby scene. So it happened at the same time, and then it jumps the 5 years forward. So it's clearly established that. There's this girl named Abby out there that's really angry.
Also, for you guys versed in the game, I heard that from Schitt's Creek and Beetlejuice, Catherine O'Hara was a newer character for the show. What did you guys feel about her being brought in?
Home Alone's mom?
Yeah. Kevin McAllister's mom, Mrs. McAllister, the worst mom
Kevin!
Twice.
She's all right.
I liked her angle. Like I liked her vibe.
You go ahead, Dubs, and I'll go.
But yeah, go.
I like how they brought her in because she's related to another character that's kind of a part of the games, and that was a really good way for them to, introduce this character. They're giving us things that didn't happen in the game, which is good, but that totally makes sense that could have happened that we just didn't see because we're playing the game. But I liked her scene. I liked her reasons. I liked what she said. I thought she did a really, really good job, especially for not knowing who she is. And then they explained, her relationship to some of the characters in another character in the game, and it made a lot of sense. And I liked having that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think they put her in because in the game, the character that she's close to is not like, you get kind of a backstory on him and even a tale about him, but it's not really like a direct character that you kind of like know that well. Like he's kind of just there. But I think he's going to be a much more pivotal. At least it seems like they're setting it up to be a much more pivotal thing in the show than it was in the game, which I don't mind, because I think they're doing it probably to explain the aspect maybe more of Joel's character, obviously, because there's that kind of whole like therapy session between her and him, and that's where you kind of get the first backstory on the character we're talking about. And you also see in the trailer.
I'm wondering, you think we're going to get a standalone? You think we're going to get a standalone Eugene kind of episode?
He's in the trailer. He's in the trailer. He's played by Joe Pantoliano.
Joey Pants.
Yeah. So, I mean,
also from Daredevil. He was the first Ben Urich.
Oh, yeah. How can I forget?
I'm still mad they killed Ben Urich in the goddamn Daredevil universe. But anyway, we're not talking about that anymore.
But I don't mind departures from I think that might maybe get a little bit richer. The one thing that bothered me, and it's been a long time since I played the game, is and I know to a degree, at least there was a part of people that didn't like her character, but Ellie is even more insufferable now than ever. This character just feels like this weird, angsty, angry teenager thing. Just kind of and at least in the show, if I didn't have any knowledge of anything else, I feel like it would kind of come out of nowhere, maybe. And why she's so mad. I think it's probably because she suspects Joel.
Oh, it's because she knows he lied to her. I mean,
yeah, but
that's why I'm actually what you're saying. I'm giving her a pass. I get what you're saying. I'm giving her a pass in this first episode because she knows he lied to her.
But she's 19 years old. Get over it and just talk about it like adults or something.
Have you met 19-year-old?
You spent 5 years like this, really? So,
have you met 40-plus-year-old men that are on YouTube? Just saying.
Yeah.
Well,
this ain't Mean Girls the musical.
Joel's keeping what he did a secret for obvious reasons, even from her probably. But at the same time, you think even people notice that she's noticeably a kind of an asshole to him throughout the whole thing. So it's even other characters notice it and say something. So it's I don't know. It's just,
I wanted her to die the first
making your main character. I hope they don't drag it on for too long, because making your main character insufferable for an entire season is going to be tough.
Yeah, it's hard to come back from that.
She had kind of that same personality a little bit in season 1, and she has it in the games too. But at the same time, it's slightly more endearing in season 1 and in the games than this. This was just a little almost Venom-like energy. So
fair enough. Now, I'm still wondering about the Eugene thing, though, because are we going to get a standalone great episode like we got with Ron Swanson in season 1?
I feel like we'll get some flashbacks of Eugene. I don't think we'll get a whole episode.
I'm just saying, that Ron Swanson episode was one of the best things I'd seen on TV in a while.
And that had nothing to do.
That standalone episode, just that one episode. It was just a departure from the thing. It was just on its own. It was just great. Hey, what's going on, Jeff?
The Eugene backstory they give you in the games paints him as an eccentric dude, but not a nice guy necessarily, especially.
Well, he's apparently a really good grower. I mean, really sticky.
He's a good. He's into the, definitely into the industry there.
Stickiest of the icky.
Yeah, if Catherine O'Hara is to be believed.
Yeah, I believe her.
I did like the character. Like Dina was good. I like the characters they introduced for this, and you didn't see much of Abby, but like there was some like casting nonsense about Caitlin Dean, because the Abby in the game is like built like an NFL linebacker built.
She's China.
Yeah.
Ice
She's like
girl,
good Grace. Yeah. She's huge.
Yeah. So like, and of course they cast Caitlin Dever, who's a great actress, but obviously not built like that. And there was like, it doesn't look right.
Well, you got Terry Floyd on board.
I think she's gonna be fine in the role. So
I think she looks like the character, so that goes a long way for people that I'm familiar with. But I can tell you that some of what, like, as far as Ellie goes and her angsty teenager rebellious attitude, I mean, I think they went really heavy-handed with that, but I think it was done for a reason, because we're going to, I'm almost, most assured they were going to get flashbacks, and it's going to fill in some of the holes that we've had in the 5 years. So in the 5-year jump, so we'll get those flashbacks, and we'll get like the understanding of how and why she got to where she is, and it makes sense to me. I'm glad that you got it, Pete, as for somebody who had not played the game, and you were like, oh yeah, I get it. She's lying, she's mad that he lied to her, or he didn't tell her the truth. So that's good that I'm glad you got it for not having played the game. And then the other thing I want to say is I love the way there were some scenes in there that literally were ripped, like shot for shot.
I saw some of that. Like they've had clips of things like on online and stuff where they show like the dance and everything, they like from the game, and they show exactly like it's crazy.
I didn't see anything like that, but side by side you can see like exactly the way that the dance hall looks, the way Joel's fight happens with that, or not fight, but like when he pushes the guy over. There's like there's so many little things, and then there was a nice little Easter egg of in the band that's playing. It's a band. Well, in the game, it was a band called Crooked Still. I'm guessing it's the same people. I don't know, but the composer of all the music was part of the band. He was sitting there. He had the huge beard, and that was really cool to see.
Playing the uke.
He's all the way off to the side. Yeah, he plays that. The whole theme to the game, and he's had multiple soundtracks, and he's done all of it. So Gustavo Santaolalla is his name.
Bless you.
He got to be in it. So yeah, thank you.
I'm
a big fan of seeing stuff like that, and I think they did it. I mean, it's going to be hard for me to say a lot. There's things I didn't like, but I like. Yeah, I know what happens in a way.
It's hard not to spoil the rest of the season.
Right, exactly.
I mean, I get that. I mean, hell, I'm even going. Like I said, I watched the end of last season, which was 2 years ago for you guys, and I'm still sitting here kind of shook where I left off last night when I went to bed with rapey preacher at the end of that episode, getting the meat cutter like to him.
Isn't that every preacher? No.
I thought the season finale of the first season was great. Like that was
apart from the fact that preacher was also a cannibal too. Like this guy, like
David, yeah.
Like and it was all done in one episode. Like he was like governor level. Like man, this dude's fucked up.
Yeah,
creepy, yeah.
And just his rationale when he was talking to her, like you're an equal to me. Like these people, like they're just sheep. I'm like, holy shit, this guy.
It's partly because of the time jump, but it was a little bit odd. Because like I said, game, it's hours of gameplay that you get on like Abby, and before she kind of, but technically before she gets to the point where she is in the game or in the show, more or less. But like, it was kind of odd to have like the very first few minutes, like Abby discussing with what's left of the other Fireflies, like about getting revenge, but Joel's gonna be super hard to find. We don't even know his name, or we have a vague description of him and everything else. And then they show up at the end of this episode. They're like, "Oh yeah, like that's probably
not to tie things together." But how about also going into the finale of the first season, like Joel being Bernthal, like Punisher level, just running?
Oh yeah, that was great. He did a great job of that. Yeah,
like holy shit.
I actually really enjoyed that, especially with him and Marlene at the end.
Yep. This will work.
That's where the time jump got a little weird, JJ. Like, it took them 5 years to find Joel.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind
but
of
it didn't seem like it when you're watching it.
No, right, because you're beginning of the episode, end of the episode, all of a sudden she's there. Yeah.
So I wonder if we'll get flashbacks of her too, and maybe that's where they'll build that in or something. But I hope it's just not like flashbacks everywhere though. But
I know how much you love flashbacks.
No flashbacks.
Book of Fett.
Yeah.
But there's only 7? We only got 7 episodes.
Yep.
So we only got 6 left.
Now, Dub may know. Is this supposed to be? I heard somewhere where this season was supposed to be just the first half of the second game.
Yeah, they haven't been completely clear. It's going to be multiple seasons. At least 2, possibly 3. To cover
I heard that too. It could be up to 3. The second game.
That's another reason why I was like super impressed by the speed. It's like the stuff happened. I was expecting much more like kind of slow walk than what they have so far. But they didn't really advance the story that way. They gave us kind of the whole there's like a new type of clicker type thing.
Yeah.
And
stalkers,
story wise, that's the only way
a little bit of a Mockingjay.
Yeah. Other than that, it's just kind of it was mostly like a check-in telling you like who the new people are and that the other people are still alive.
Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, it builds the exposition it needs to for one episode. So.
All right. We want to do thought of Jesus Christ. We want an hour and a half. Well, we still got news, but where do we want to throw? Where do we want to throw our thumbs down on this thing? I'm going to give this again as a guy who has not yet played the games. I own the games. I just don't rarely play my PlayStation. I'm more of an Xbox guy. I just haven't gotten to the PlayStation stuff. I will play them eventually. I will still say I thoroughly enjoyed this show once I finally got back to it. Yes, I did catch up, just like I did with Sandman. So for all of you out there, I also am caught up on Sandman for when season 2 starts.
Wow, really?
I'm caught up on most things, I think. Vox Machina, yes, I'm caught up there too. I think I'm
What about White Lotus?
No, that's the one I got to start. That and Devil May Cry, which JJ was asking. Anybody else watch Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry is a quick watch. Devil May Cry is like 3.5 hours.
I wouldn't have rushed. If they weren't giving me a season 2, I probably would just say, I'm not going to rush. I'll Cowboy Bebop it and put it in the back burner and probably not catch up and finish it. But they're getting a season 2, so I'm in.
It was something. I know there's much division over that. But...
Oh, and we're getting a Love, Death, and Robots next month too. I can't wait for that.
And Black Mirror, if you're a Black Mirror person.
Oh shit, I got it. I'm way behind on Black Mirror. I only just watched the John Hamm episode of Black Mirror.
No, I'm not even Wheel of Time is about to end their 3rd season.
I only watched the first of that.
That's still on.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's still rolling. I only watched the first season.
I haven't watched this season yet.
I watched the first episode.
Second.
It took me a while to catch up, but I did finish the first season of Wheel of Time. I do have to get going though again. All right, so there's one I'm behind. All right, thanks, Bruce. I got to watch Wheel of Time.
Thumbs up for me.
Good about myself for a second.
Well, I had to bring you down somehow.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what we do here.
All right, where are we putting our thumbs for Last of Us?
Thumbs up for me. It's The Last of Us, Pedro, blah blah blah. Good. Everything everyone said. There you go.
Blah, blah, blah.
Reed Richards.
I like Pedro's single tier in that one. Miles noticed that single tier.
The single tier, like the Indian on the road when the guy's litter.
He did. In the therapy center, it was just like single tier. But for me, it's probably a thumbs up. I'd say a full thumbs up on this one. For me, like I said, it was a little bit of like a check-in thing. It gives you a lot of exposition. I'm definitely curious to where they go from here and how soon we're going to see what happens in the games happen in this, and kind of what the reaction to all that'll be when it happens. But I don't know. So, but I'm interested to see where they take it. interested to see how they're going to stretch
And
this
that's
into
kind
multiple
of where
seasons.
I'm excited. I'm excited. And not in playing the game, I'm wondering where we're going to go from here. Like,
well, I have a feeling they're going to have to, and maybe it's just me, but I have a feeling they're going to have to put in a lot of content. If they're going to stretch the game into multiple seasons from what they've done so far, there's going to have to be a lot of content kind of spliced in there that wasn't in the games, which I'm fine with. I actually prefer it. I like seeing stuff I'm not used to rather than just seeing the same story played out again. So,
yeah,
I actually kind of prefer it that way.
I can't help but mirror this in my head to like Walking Dead, and I'm kind of at that place where are we going to see what happens to Coral when he loses his eye? Remember when they were all fenced in? They had a nice little place. They were all fenced in. They thought they were good to go, and I
sometimes
feel like something like that is coming.
When things go off source material, sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not so great. But given what they did in the first season, that was kind of off book, so to speak. I have faith that it'll be good in this when it's off book.
Okay, so. Like fleshing out, like it's fine to go off book. I think to flesh things out, keep broad strokes in place. Otherwise, you really upset your fan base.
Right.
For me, this is one of those things that I don't like. You know, Pete, you and I have talked before about not wanting to watch trailers and not wanting to see things, but this is one of those things where like I get sent stuff about Last of Us and like on this show specifically, like on a daily basis. There's people who send me things regularly, and it's hard to not see some of this stuff. And I saw it's not a spoiler, but it's like the official like not a trailer, but like still shots of the next episode. Okay. And so there's a scene of like there's Abby and a fence, you know, like with clickers and such, and like that's like I feel like they're gonna move quickly, JJ, and I'm a little nervous about that. But like you said, if they fill it in with stuff that's good, like that Nick Offerman episode and like that from the previous season, if they do stuff like that, then it's going to be great to fill in. I think there's a lot of content in the second game where they can stretch it out and give us multiple seasons, just where they're going to cut it off. So it all depends on where the season ends and what happens next. But so far it's been great. I can't wait for the next episode. 7 episodes it feels like not enough. But
you know,
I'm sorry.
You have seasons coming, which
right. I know there's another season.
Has to be a little bit of a relief.
Right. Thumbs up. Can't wait. I can't wait to talk about this more. I can't wait for it to keep coming out. Everything's really good.
Cool. I'm glad. Because I know how much you enjoy this show, Dub. So I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah. Well, I have a question for Dub. How'd the wife like it?
The wife thoroughly enjoyed it. So I kind of alluded to it earlier. She was upset at first because Caitlin Deaver was not buff like Abby is. However, she looks like Abby, so that made up for it. And so that Abby is her favorite character. She has a tattoo of Abby on her leg. She is super excited.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah,
she's a huge fan. So
tell Spooky I put a thumbs up for her. So
right,
no fake mustache to hide.
No fake mustache today.
Fake mustache this week.
Yeah, she enjoyed it as well, and definitely looking forward to the next. We argue about this show on a weekly basis, back and forth. The game, the show, about which side we're on, and we'll talk about that more at the end of the season.
It's crazy to think it could be done.
I don't know who they could have cast as Abby that would fit that physique too. Like who are you gonna find?
She wanted the lady from Star Wars. She was Dr. Pershing's. No, Dr. Pershing's. I can't remember her name.
Katie, no, I got you.
Katie,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
People who thought that was Afra. Remember, everybody thought she was Afra.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Katie O'Brien. Yeah.
Katie O'Brien. That's it. That's who she wanted.
Is she that
or
buff?
Florence Pugh, which Katie O'Brien is. Katie O'Brien is buff. Florence Pugh is not buff, but she would have played. She would have been good as well.
Yeah, she would have buffed up for it.
Right, she would have exactly. But she's okay with Caitlin.
Oh,
Caitlin
You're
is a good actress,
laughing.
so-
It's
she's a good
right.
actress, so
right. It
Yeah,
makes
I'll
up
take
for a lot.
yeah.
Well, we will move on then. Move that as a take it for The Last of Us. Which will take us to, I guess, Dub, are you good to do the news?
Oh, it's
Now that
news
we're-
time. Yeah, let's go.
News.
Well, I guess we might as well just do the news while we're here.
Oh,
Yeah.
While we're here, let's do it.
All right, here we go with some news this week. We're going to continue and we'll update you on a story that we talked about last week in our top stories, and it has to do with Diamond. Alliance Entertainment is officially the winner for now. Bankruptcy courts in Baltimore have an order saying that the agreement is as long as Alliance pulls their court case, then they are going to be declared the winner. There's still room for people to appeal and push back and fight back on this decision. But as of right now, the sale is set to close on April 25th. And then the Chapter 11 phase will be over. But this includes everything: Diamond UK, Diamond Select, and the grading.
I'm surprised by that.
All
Yeah, so now we've reversed from last week and now gone back.
Exactly.
That's got to make my buddy with a shop happy because he finally got his Alliance account up and running. So he didn't back the wrong horse.
This is still subject to change, but as of right now, the courts have declared that this is the direction they're going because they were the highest bidder.
I still think they're going to get rid of comics altogether.
Is that scary? Yeah. You're probably right. They're going to do all the other licenses and toys and things like that and get out of
which is fine. And then really what changes then at that point?
Yeah. Everybody's already jumped ship anyway.
Yeah, only thing you got to worry about is what Dynamite's got to find a place.
Who?
We need a dozen different versions of our Thundercats Panthro cover. Hey, let's have a purple one. Let's have a logo in front. Let's have a logo behind. Let's make it foil. Let's make it virgin. Let's make this one a not foil version. Well, we'll just make this one a 1 in 10. How about a 1 in 7?
Don't forget the black and white.
I had a hard time covering that shit this week.
It's a noir. Not a
Yeah,
black
the
noir.
noir cover.
So, if anything else comes up with this Diamond Comics news, we will keep you updated. But this is where we are right now, and I'm sure something will change by next Wednesday. So,
yeah, true.
We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, next Wednesday it'll be who's in the lead? Rob Liefeld has bought Diamond. They're going to only publish Blood Wolf and Youngblood comics from here on out.
Reprints of Youngblood foil.
Every issue takes 6 months to come out.
Oh, wow.
No feet.
Save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
Like a Beetlejuice movie. No feet.
So about the box office, we're just going to go into it because I think we all know what the #1 movie in America is.
Chicken Jockey.
Same movie that was last week. The Minecraft movie maintained its dominance with the second big weekend, and 78.5. So it's at 281 domestically, 550 globally after 10 days in the theaters. And it's the highest grossing film of the year ahead of Captain America: Brave New World. So I think that was capped out at like 190 something, just under 200.
That's fine. That Cap was all right. Cap was better than I thought it was going to be, but
I really thought the Amateur was going to pull it out.
I don't want to see the Amateur, even though I still haven't finished Bad Robot.
The Amateur Drop is like a horror movie, I believe. Something about airdropping scary
spy
things.
movie.
Yeah, actually, it has some competition this week, though.
The Amateur, there's the one where he's like a computer dude, but he wants to be trained to be like the shooty spy because his wife was killed, and he starts just taking people out using his
Archer term
mind.
Shooty spy.
Yeah, he wants to be shooty spy, not ticky spy.
not click, click, click.
Yeah, he wants to be more Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, less Simon Pegg. But it's all right. He can Simon Pegg it up and go take people out.
You need the second character.
You need a Q.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happens when Q goes rogue? That's what this movie is. And that's what I want to see.
It's going to have some competition
in the
this week.
box office.
That's why I
Hopefully
want to watch it
Sinners-
on streaming, because I don't need to go to the theater to see it.
Hopefully, Sinners knocks this out of number one. This movie does not deserve to be number one. Damn it.
Yeah, that's right. The Rami Malek movie.
So Sinners, what is that this week?
Mr.
It's
Robot.
this week.
This week, yeah.
It's one of the highest rated movies ever with critics.
And this is where I go back with again with what Dubbin mentioned with the trailers, like not wanting to watch. I feel like they ruined too much shit in the goddamn trailer already for this movie.
For Sinners? Or for...
Yes, for Sinners.
Maybe. It's kind of weird because they held back.
Aren't you all right? But before the movie comes out, aren't you pretty sure you already know who the vampires are?
Well, we knew that. We knew that he was going to play
You
twin
didn't
brothers.
need to know that.
We knew that before we knew that when the trailer was on, the movie was announced. They announced it was going to be two brothers, one light, one dark.
I'm not talking about the brothers. I'm talking about everybody else.
You're just talking about everybody in general, I think.
In general,
They did the
like,
same
I didn't
thing.
even know.
You
I didn't
remember
even know
from Dusk Till
Hawkeye.
Dawn,
I didn't
where-
Kate Bishop was going to be a vampire too. You could have saved that.
Come on, who doesn't want to see sexy vampire girl stuff going on?
I know, but I could have been left wondering while watching the movie if she was going to be a vampire or not.
There's going to be a lot more stuff going on in that movie.
I hope so. I do
not
want to
just
see
vampires, not just.
I do want to see the Sinner. The Sinners is one I do want to see.
And
we have that's Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah, that's what, May 2nd or something like that.
Well, they actually spoiled something in the last trailer with Thunderbolts. There's nobody else around. We're the only ones. Avengers. They're gonna be the new Avengers.
I'm still looking forward.
Yep, I'm still
The Dark Avengers.
Dark Avengers, probably. Or Avengers.
All right, let's move on to some
Initiative or
other movie news. The next Godzilla film from Takashi Yamazaki will be a direct sequel to Godzilla -1.
I still gotta watch this.
Oh my gosh, it's on.
I started to watch this so many times, and then I've fallen asleep. Not because it's boring, because I started to watch it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, well, I start to watch it to go to sleep.
Could have watched it instead of read Godzilla vs. Hulk this week.
Well,
choices, priorities. Okay,
I did make the choice. I did actively make the
choices.
Fair enough.
But the Toho company is investing millions into expanding Godzilla into more movies, animation, mobile games, video games, merchandise, all kinds of things. And the sequel to -1 is part of it. And it
Godzilla the flamethrower.
Godzilla strategy.
Godzilla the toilet paper.
I just hope they don't use the same video game company they used for that PS4, PS3 game that came out. That was a horrible game. Worst
Destroy All
game ever.
Monsters was good back in the GameCube days.
Fighting one?
Destroy All Monsters.
No,
Destroy All Monsters is the fighting one.
Yeah. Destroy All Monsters was good.
I didn't play anything on the PS3 or 4.
Yeah,
Godzilla.
I didn't play any other ones.
There is a card game coming out in Japan based on it too.
A Godzilla card game?
Godzilla card game, yep.
Like Magic or just in
yeah,
general?
like physical.
This was
like
the
card game.
worst Godzilla game ever made right here. Worst game. It was so bad they discontinued it.
Matthew
It's got a cool cover though.
It has a really good, cool cover.
I like the cover.
Yeah.
So you can at least look at it and go, yeah, it looks cool. I can imagine it being better than it is.
No, it's not.
Fair enough.
I can imagine
Why
the
are you still
disappointment
awake?
when you.
She's getting on a plane tomorrow. She needs to go to sleep.
Let her know I gave her a thumbs up for Last of Us.
Yeah, your thumbs up was represented.
We represented you. I'm trying to make
All
up
right.
for my mustache
The
hiding.
mustache man. All right. So, killer clowns from outer space.
Yay.
This has got to be the weirdest news. This is like out of left field. What?
What? Yeah,
I
that's
love this
exactly
movie.
why it's in the news.
I
Oh,
Ryan
he's gonna
Gosling
produce
is
it.
set to produce the film. That's all we
Okay,
know about it
produce
so
it.
far.
I tell you, if you're gonna start it, he can't be in everything.
Just give it to
Maybe,
A24, damn it. Give it to A24.
Dude, he's pretty funny. I will admit, I was a big fan of the TV show The Fall Guy, and I enjoyed the Fall Guy movie.
Yeah, he was actually.
I also enjoyed him in
Barbie.
Barbie. He's pretty funny in Barbie too. I don't care what you
He's
say.
pretty
He's
good,
pretty goddamn funny in Barbie.
Although the movie wasn't very good, but he was pretty good in the.
He was
the
pretty
buddy
good in
cop thing with Russell Crowe that he did.
Oh
too.
yeah, Nice Guys.
Nice guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie was mad, but he was good in it.
Yeah, but yes, he is very good in Nice Guys. Him and
And
Crow are good. The storyline isn't as strong.
Is weird.
Moving on, we talked about Florence Pugh earlier. She confirmed
knock
she
your
is
block
set
off.
to return in Dune 3. So she did an interview recently with the magazine, I think it Variety or Bazaar or something. She will continue to portray Princess Irulan?
Princess Buttercup.
Princess Buttercup in Dune 3. Which begins filming this summer.
The Empire?
Princess
No, Princess Buttercup. It's fine.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
She's waiting for Wesley.
Right.
She wants to play this character because she wants to see more of her cool outfits.
All about the fit.
Hey guys, not to spoil things, we might see Lobo come back.
Really?
In those like Lobo might be back. I mean, he made
might.
it back in the books.
Sand Lobo?
You know, Idaho.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Warner Brothers confirms that a new Matrix movie is in development.
God, why?
Thank you, JJ.
Good God, why?
Because they can.
Drew Goddard is attached. He's done Daredevil, I believe the Netflix. I don't know which Daredevil he did actually, to be honest. The Martian and Cabin in the Woods.
Goddard.
Drew Goddard.
Probably the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
He did do the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
Well, then here's
hey, watch my director's cut of it though. It's so much more the same.
Worse. It's 20 extra minutes of polishing that turd. Kevin Smith had more lines.
I'm polishing that turd. Not only do I have the turd, but now I've got shitty paper too.
Yeah. But like, okay, why even do this though? Like, was the fourth one you went back and did for no reason at all that nobody wanted? Not horrible? Like, that was horrible.
I couldn't bring myself to try.
Worse. This is like when they like make a movie so they can keep the rights to it.
Yeah. Like I'm Lord of the Rings.
Already own the rights to it. Like, where are they going to go?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is all Zaslav. He's just trying to make his big event movie things. And Matrix was really cool back in the day. Let's try it again.
I do like.
Wasn't it really cool back in the day?
No, for whatever reason, I do kind of like the idea if they do a what if. Like, what if Will Smith just would have been Neo like he was supposed to be? Like, I kind of do want to see that. I don't know why I want to see that, but I kind of do. Just to see the Fresh Prince as Neo.
Wasn't somebody totally different was supposed to be Morpheus too, and I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Lawrence Fishburne originally.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that I don't remember.
Who could
you can't think back 25 years ago to know what that was?
No. Well, let's recast. Well, let's screw it. Let's fun recast this now. Let's see. Who could be
like Morgan Freeman? Maybe.
Yeah, I would like somebody who has started a movie in the past 20 years instead of Carrie Ann Moss. So it might be good. I don't know. You could have. Yeah. You could have Keanu back, I guess, but he'd be like 60 now. So.
No, we don't want Keanu back. We need to have a new. Hey, you know what? Let's go with like an all short version of the Matrix. We'll do like a Tom Holland and a Florence Pugh.
Oh God.
Who else is short? That we. I'm sorry,
Kevin Hart.
short.
Kevin Hart as Morpheus.
Oh my god!
Oh, I can't.
No, I kind of want the Penguin. I want Colin Farrell as Morpheus.
Oh, really?
It's nightmare fuel. That is.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, maybe Tom Cruise is Morpheus. There you go.
According to a quick Google search, Russell Crowe was supposed to play Morpheus.
Okay, that's probably who it was then. Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I do know it's somebody completely different. Like I know it wasn't him at first.
Yeah. Offered the role, but he turned it down.
Yep.
Well,
there you go.
And now for something
Made that whole
completely
Gladiator
different.
movie.
Yeah, completely different. Another thing that we don't need though.
What's that?
There's a lot of stuff we don't need.
Another Beetlejuice
Oh Jesus! Yeah,
I
we
knew
don't
that
need
was going to
another-
happen.
is in the
They
works.
have to.
So
No,
is
it
this
doesn't have
one
to.
going to be called Beetlejuice?
Just
Beetlejuice?
Probably.
No, it'll be Beetlejuice, but the E will be a 3.
Oh,
Beetlejuice
you're right.
3000.
Yeah, let's have a Beetlejuice 3000, the Blue Brothers.
Beetlejuice 3000.
Sure, why not? Thank you, Barlord. And again, I didn't hate the second movie.
No.
It really wasn't great. It was all right.
It was just
It
just
was
okay.
okay.
Here, I'll help you out, Pete.
Although I am all for more Jenna Ortega in pretty much anything.
Thank you, Sticks.
You're welcome.
I mean,
There were
Jenna
just bits and-
Ortega and
Yeah, there were just
Winona
bits and
Ryder.
seconds that they force it. Like the whole singing at the end of the was just
I haven't
awkward.
watched it yet.
What
Is
point
it out on
Michael
streaming
Keaton
yet?
just-
Is it out on streaming?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's
Yeah,
probably
HBO
on
Max.
HBO. Yeah, probably on
My,
Max.
my, my
Alright.
son's watched it since it's come to stream.
Alright.
So
At what
I'll
point
give
does
it-
Michael Keaton
give it
just
a- I'll give it a
say he's getting
watch.
too old for this shit and walk away though?
All right, and then we are getting Monty Python and the Holy Grail back in theaters.
And now for something completely
You
different.
French Knigget.
50th anniversary
50,
of
dang.
the
Wow.
it's been
Yeah.
out 50 years. May 4th and 7th, which is a Sunday and a Wednesday, the film will screen in theaters. So it's one of those Fathom events deals. So
I love this. I am 100% on board for this.
May
That
the 4th,
rabbit is
though.
dynamite.
What is it gonna be
Well,
like?
you're
Re-release
you're
day on
opportunity-
May the 4th?
on May 4th, yeah. So
Yeah, May the 4th be with you. Why not?
yeah, that's today because you probably can't go on the 7th, Pete.
You can watch this and then go watch Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
I'll watch
is that-
this over Revenge of the Sith any
Is
day.
Revenge of the Sith coming out
Ever.
the same day?
I think it's
No,
Revenge of the
it
Sith.
comes
yeah, I'm
out
pretty sure
comes out the 28th through the 30th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll follow up.
Okay, so it's before that.
Anakin, I've got the high ground with the just coming through and just
For the killer rabbit in a
That's such a bad movie. Jeez.
I went and watched the 40th anniversary release of Vampire Hunter D last weekend.
Your mother was a
Ooh.
hamster, and your
In
father
40 years?
was elderberries.
40 years since the original
Wow,
one. Yeah.
40 years.
What's 40 years?
Wow.
Vampire Hunter D.
Vampire Hunter D.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Seriously?
Yeah. 1985 was the
I am-
first one.
I am old.
Wow. You are old.
I am really old.
It's true, Barlord. It's true. All right, let's talk about some streaming. Let's see.
I'm still stuck on this old thing because I'm thinking of when I was a kid, listen, my dad singing along to the Beatles in the car when we were driving places. That'd be like me singing their Nirvana now. Like,
Yep.
like my son
You know
going, what are you
you're-
listening to?
You know how you know you're old, Pete?
What is this?
This is how you know you're old, is when they re-release like a baby lullaby versions of the bands that you used to listen to when you were younger. That's how you know you're old. But there's like Baby Nirvana or Baby Metallica.
It smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Lullaby version.
Yeah, I saw like a Flaming Lips lullaby version thing too. And I was like, oh,
Oh, wow.
that's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Wow,
how you know
What
you're
happens
old.
right now?
Telling you.
You don't use jelly.
Smells like Teen Spirit is now classic rock.
That's more than
Remember
classic.
Yeah.
Remember the Remember the laser?
Bruce,
Like the
the problem is the thong song is technically classic now.
Hey.
Thong, 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 thong.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, we talked about Daredevil Born Again earlier, and we got a scene or a image of season 2, which is the Fogwell's gym. I mean, yeah.
All right.
So we have a picture of a gym. Hello, Heroes for Hire. Season 2, we know this is coming out in so next year sometime we're getting Daredevil season 2, which is kind of
I still want a Daughters of the Dragon. Is it too late to get a Netflix show Daughters of the Dragon? Because Misty Knight and
Colleen Wing
would I'd still watch that now.
I would like that show. I would watch it.
I'll watch it. I like them better than Daredevil anyway.
Well, I like it better than Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Speaking of dragons and Marvel, when are we getting anything Shang-Chi? Like, we just forget about that thing? Like, it's been
I forget about it. The goddamn director got hired to do Spider-Man. I'm like, damn it.
You want to feel old? That was like what? Probably 6 years ago, 7 years ago. They haven't done anything with it.
2029. We'll get Shang-Chi too.
Yeah.
2029.
Yeah, think about it. We got Thunderbolts, and then what's the next?
I'll be in my 50s.
You sound like Dom. I'll be 75 years old by the time I get Luke and Leia back in a reboot.
Shit, 2029. My son might be driving.
He can drive you to the movies.
Drive my ass to the movies.
Here's the keys, kids.
I'm gonna drop you off.
All right.
I didn't bring my readers. Go back to the house and get my readers. I can't see the screen.
Can't see. On Disney Plus, we are also getting Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So starting on May 1st, if you would like to watch Across the Spider-Verse again, or you can check it out on May 1st. So it's in a couple weeks.
I don't think I've seen it since the theater.
Been on Netflix how long? Jeez.
Yeah, it must have been.
It's all Sony has.
Was it on Netflix, Bruce?
Yeah, it was on Netflix for a while.
It was on Netflix for a while. I didn't know how long.
Yeah. Wasn't it like 60 days or something like that? I think they had.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I never watched it at home, so I don't.
I thought it was on like Stars or something, so that's why I haven't seen it.
It's good,
but I haven't seen it again. I wanted to check it out on May 1st. I will be watching it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I'm in.
And then Eyes of Wakanda will be making its debut at the Annecy Film Festival, which takes place every year in France. So it's just a premiere.
Now, Dub.
Yeah, well, it's an animation festival that happens every year. It used to be a biannual show, and now it's a yearly thing starting in in the 90s sometime, I think. And then
with the Ric Flair guy in the front there.
Woo! Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, but so this is 4 episodes, 4 different time periods, and it's all about how Wakanda influenced or was part of the world in different ways. So it's
interesting.
I didn't know it was only going to be 4 episodes, but that was news to me when I saw it. Yeah, it's all set in the past, exactly.
So it's like Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're going to get. Something like
from Ryan Coogler.
It's going to be from Coogler, and the first episode will be shown at this film festival, and then it will premiere.
All right, August. Well, then we got this. We get it in
August, yeah.
And then we'll get
Wasn't the deal in Black Panther though? Until recently, they're a closed off society from the rest of the world.
Well, that's probably the secret. It's that they were secretly, behind,
secretly influencing the rest of the world. Yes.
Yeah, right. Secretly moving things along.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they still don't let their identity out. But they're out and about.
Well, we got to go back. It's like Edison. No. We made the light bulb.
The light bulbs really, the fibers are vibranium. You just didn't know it this whole time.
Yeah, you didn't know it. And Nikola Tesla.
Whom?
He got his vibranium from us.
And he made that machine for Hugh Jackman.
You know, the copier. The copier.
Where he held it together.
Nobody cares about the guy who was in the box.
All right, so we're going to talk a couple things about some toy news. We had some weird news from McFarlane. So McFarlane sent out this message to Walmart, which had a couple of exclusives that they were supposed to be carrying. And they said that their truck, which had a shipping container full of action figures on it, was hijacked or was stolen. Somebody stole the whole trailer full of toys.
Was it driven by Stax? Was Samuel L. Jackson in charge of driving this thing? And then he got drunk and forgot to leave the keys.
I bet Meatloaf was behind it.
This is
definitely an inside job.
Yeah, so first it was the Supergirl Page Puncher was the first thing that was announced. This was this figure sold out. It was a Walmart collector con thing. People were super excited about this figure. And then it was like, oh, well, this was on the truck. And then a couple of days later, we got another message saying that the complete and entire stock of the gold label Killing Joker figures were also on this truck. So they're giving out refunds, and you're not going to be able to get this figure until it starts showing up on the black market somewhere or on eBay from whoever stole this truck full of figures. These were the two. I mean, there was a lot more stuff, obviously, in the shipping container. But these were the two major things that
That's
were.
a lot of figures in a truck, though.
I'm about to say,
a whole container.
I kind of feel like this is like a almost like Bruce. It's like an inside job.
Has to be.
Like we did. You know, we had to delay all this stuff, or we could just say it was stolen and then not pay, like not give any of it out. I don't know.
Let's not take the truck with the iPhones. Let's take the truck with that figure is.
Right.
Really?
Oddly, I didn't even see like a police report or something on the stolen truck to confirm it. It seems weird.
Yeah. Can't track an action figure. So.
Comic nerds and his friends arrested in basement of mother's apartment building.
Yeah, this is just nuts.
This is gonna be weird.
I read a couple of different things. I couldn't tell if it was. So one said the shipping container was taken off the ship and then taken on by truck to the McFarlane warehouse, or it was going from the McFarlane warehouse to the Walmart warehouse. So I'm not sure because these, I believe, were both the Supergirl definitely was, and I believe the Joker was Walmart exclusive as well.
It was.
So they were either on their way to one or the other.
Don't look at me.
You live right by the Walmart distribution center.
I do live by the door.
Why does Supergirl have a Pirates of Darkwater sword in her case there?
From that series. She has a sword in
Woman
that
of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Woman of Tomorrow.
Pirates of Darkwater. What a deep cut.
That's what I'm here for.
I have a remake that, damn it.
Related.
Pirates of Darkwater.
Well, it's going to be part of the Nacelle universe soon, so it'll be out in comic form next year.
Probably.
And that's a good Joker figure. That's a really good figure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd get that.
Joker
can't get it now.
I know it's on. Yeah, I understand the Killing Joke, but I feel
why not like produce more and then try? Like I don't get.
Well, now if they make them now. They have to start production over, and then by that time they have to pay the tariffs because they were already here. So now they may or may, and they might lose the license as well before they can get it made.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. It sounds weird. Almost like it was like, well, we can't get them out on time, and the tariffs are coming. So let's just say they're stolen.
The tariffs are coming. The tariffs are coming.
Hopefully, I can pick up a few of these outside of Baltimore this year.
Yeah, right.
Outside of Baltimore.
But I also wonder if something was wrong with the figures that were made, and then they decided not to sell them, like you're saying. You know, like
why Supergirl has got the Deathstroke boots there.
She's got the wrong boots, or
pull them all the way up.
Joker was orange code, or something weird may have happened during production. Who knows? We may never know, but
they could have been filled with fentanyl. Who knows?
Right? Yeah, could have been drugs.
3D printed with
fentanyl.
And then flipping over to the Marvel side, Hasbro announced a Marvel Legends Daredevil Born Again Punisher figure.
There you go, Bruce. All for you, bud.
Yesterday or today, this came out today because the episode aired last night. So they hadn't announced this yet. He looks just like he did in the final episode of Daredevil.
Gave him the hatchet.
Again. They gave him the hatchet. They gave him the one Glock. Is that a Glock, Bruce? The one pistol.
It's got the extended mag and everything.
It's a Glock with an illegal extended clip. That's what it is.
So he's got 9 rounds.
You expect anything else from the Punisher? Get out of here.
I got a kung fu grip. Let me grip you.
I was listening to a Reacher book today, and he was talking about the Glock, and he was like, "Nah, the Beretta was better. It's got 10% more stopping power, even though you get 2 less bullets." Hey, we should have went with the Beretta instead of the Glock. No plastic parts.
So this actually goes on pre-order tomorrow at 1:00 Eastern Standard Time at most. I believe it's a general release, so most retailers, including Hasbro Pulse.
I have to ask for Bruce. Does it have John Barenthal's voice though?
For the Shrek.
Sound
Are you from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. Yeah, we get along. We're both from Jersey. Come on.
You fucking losers.
Hey, what do you fucking think this is? You don't GTL like everybody else? Come on.
You know my pain.
You don't know.
You don't know my pain.
I'm the Punisher.
All right, let's talk about some comics. So we talked about Dune a little bit earlier. We are getting a Dune Edge of a Chris knife. I don't know.
Okay.
It's set in between the prequel novels Navigators and House of Atreides.
But it's got an origin of shout out.
Shout out Mapeys.
Shout out to Mapeys.
Shout out Mapeys.
I'll give my shout out to Mapeys and all my peeps up in Feddy
Aiken warrior who becomes the head housekeeper. So this is going to be a very, very thrilling and engrossing story in the Dune universe.
I will be the head housekeeper.
In the Duneverse.
This is
I want to clean your
downstairs.
toilet.
We doing Downton Abbey? Is that what we're doing? We're doing Downton Abbey in the Dune universe.
Oh God!
I don't do laundry though. No laundry.
So what is the
Someone's got to clean up all that sand.
Puddle, sir.
We're getting, we talked about the Hellfire Gala last week with the Marvel Rivals, so we're still going to get some Hellfire Gala this year. It's going to be a one-shot X-Men Hellfire Vigil #1. It's going to have a bunch of people: Jed McKay, Gail Simone, Eve Ewing, Luciano Vecchio, Javier Garon, Sarah Pacelli, and a bunch of other people are working on this one shot. And here are at least 3 of the covers that will be out later this year. I didn't get a date on that, but
who's gonna die at
Wolverine? That was Wolverine's forehead.
So are they holding up lighters? Or are they holding up cell phones? What are they doing in the?
They're like little torches.
But they're giving flares like
little candles.
Flares.
They're at the Dead Leopard concert, Pete. Leave them alone.
They're like fireflies. They're
candles.
They're Bray Wyatt. That's what they're there for.
Dust in the wind.
Yep, Warlord. That's right.
Nope.
Which one do we want to go?
We talked about Godzilla destroys the Marvel universe. Marvel heroes unite with villains to stop on Godzilla's rampage. Godzilla has something to do with vibranium, and Godzilla's on his way to the dark dimension. We don't know why.
Either Thor has one really thick dreadlock, or Godzilla's tail is coming out the back of his head.
His tail.
His tail.
I think that's his tail.
Why is his tail coming out of the back of Thor's head?
He's got a long ass tail.
Why is Godzilla's tail
behind him? Like, how long is Godzilla's tail in this picture?
His tail is 10 blocks long.
Yeah, it's like 3 times his body length.
Yeah, holy shit.
Mark Brooks has decided to make Godzilla's tail a wraparound tail. So
why is Hulk
from the front cover to the back?
Yeah, and why does it look like Thing is in the Fantastic Car? Like, fuck this shit, I'm getting out. Like
I'm out.
they're flying in to fight, and Thing is like, I'm hopping out the back. I'm not ready.
This
to
is
fight.
where I draw the line, Stretcho.
I'm getting out of here.
Godzilla survived a near-death experience in the book we read earlier, so you know.
Yeah, that was weird.
I want to.
Just notice here that we have the Rogue.
I was gonna say
Booty
we do get a good shot
from-
of Rogue's ass and a muscly butt from T'Challa there as well.
It's a Mark Brooks book, so you're gonna get a shot
Mark
at somebody's
Brooks
ass.
special. Yeah.
But Iron Man
Exactly.
decided to turn up and give you the front side while he's flying in.
He's flying very zesty there. Just saying.
He's like, I'm not showing you the front. I'm giving you the number one.
I want to know why Hulk is blonde.
Why not? He's got Eddie Vedder's hair in the current comic run, so why not be blonde as well?
What did he look? Well, what did he look like in Godzilla versus Hulk?
That's what I was thinking, Barlord. 100K. All right, let's in other Marvel news. So there is a character in Miles Morales Spider-Man. Her name was the Shrink. Keisha Kwan is her actual name. She is Miles' therapist.
Her name was Shrinkage. She's what happens when you go in the
I was
cold
in the
water.
pool.
I was in the pool.
Cold.
That's not a real thing.
In the in the solicits, she was called the Shrink and Smash Therapy, but now they have pivoted and they're calling her Powerlift.
What kind of dumbass name is Powerlift?
She is a gamma
Better than the
powered
Shrink.
gamma powered therapist.
I'm not saying the Shrink was good either, but come on, guys, this is the best we got.
The Shrink sounds like it's gonna be like a Rick Moranis movie or something. Squeeze it down, the Shrink.
Well, the Powerlift sounds like something I'm going to watch on ESPN 8, the Ocho, at 3:00 in the morning on a Tuesday because I can't go to sleep. It's a World's Strongest Man competition. All of a sudden, I'm seeing Magnus Olsson throwing kegs over a goddamn wall.
This is what we're doing now. More gamma-powered heroes and villains again.
Yeah, why not? It's either that or we make them from another Spider universe.
Right.
Here comes the Hulkverse.
Another spider character, Bruce. I mean, more gamma
the
now.
Hulkverse.
The Hulkverse.
Gammaverse.
We got the Venomverse. We got the Spider-Verse. Now it's time for the Hulkverse.
I mean, look, it looks like she found a pickaxe while she was digging at Oak Island. She found some wood, and she decided to make
it at Oak Island.
Yeah.
What was that? That new Hulk they made. I forgot her name. She was a teenager. Hulk girl or
Hulkette. Hulkette.
Oh, Hulkette.
Hulkette.
That was last year. I think we got a Hulkette last year.
Yeah,
What
we
was
did get a
naming them?
Hulkette. I think the
Hale?
Skinwalker in the regular title is better off than Hulkette. Charlie. The hell is the girl? I don't know what her name is though. But she turns like a big werewolf type deal.
Yeah, I like the
Marlord
design.
said it's not the worst, and I agree.
Well, it might not be the worst. I mean, I feel like I'm reading an issue of I Heart Skull Crusher. Like,
J. Scott Campbell cover incoming.
I Heart Skull Crusher was that one scene in this week's Daredevil.
Well,
that is true.
The commissioner.
Kali.
You think we're gonna get an egg pot cover of her?
Oh, probably.
Whoa, what's with the camera blur cover in the middle there?
Yeah, I did the brightness a little too much on that one. So this is Supergirl #1.
That's the Supergirl Butterface cover.
The Archer?
Yeah. It's just we don't really remember what she looked like. It was all right, I think. But
I think Archer designed this new outfit.
Yeah, he did.
So
He did.
they are DC was
sorry.
trying to get retailers to order more copies of Supergirl.
This is a new look?
Yes.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a bare midriff Supergirl before.
I say it's not very different from the old look, but
It's the logo, right? It's the new logo. That's
the new
that's
logo
all I see
too.
different on that. Just change the S. And maybe long sleeves. I don't even know if she had long sleeves before.
Yeah, she's always had long sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the bare midriff, and then you got the skirt with the high red boots.
Isn't that Michael Turner style?
I feel like I've seen this
yeah,
before.
Michael Turner had the high boots. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they wanted retailers to order more copies of Supergirl 1 than they did for the second printing of Absolute Wonder Woman #1. And so if they were to exceed their orders of Absolute Wonder Woman 1, they could order more copies of Supergirl 1, 25 copies for $1 each, basically. So they were trying to push the numbers for this. So we'll see what happens. I think final order cutoff was Monday this past week. So we'll see what the numbers end up being or what they say the numbers are.
Weird push.
It's a weird push, but the point I'm trying to make is that
was like ages ago.
Is that a Villa Lobos cover? Top right?
The top right is Villa Lobos. You got
Nice.
Archer.
Yep.
Top left is Sophie Campbell, Josh Middleton.
Yeah, Middleton, Acho, and
Bilquis Ivy did the bottom
Ivy.
right.
Yeah.
But I don't know who that middle one is on the bottom. I can't remember.
That looks like a Cho to me.
I don't think it's.
Oh no,
Cho.
you know what? No, that's not Cho.
I saw the name earlier and I can't remember. But that's a 1 in 25. It's the bottom one on the right and the bottom middle are incentives.
I gotta say one thing that grinds my gears though. The top right, I hate lens flare on comic covers. It's not a camera. You're not filming the thing. Why the fuck is there lens flare?
Abrams.
Why is there lens flare on your comic cover? Like seriously.
I hear you. I'm with you.
That's
Plus,
probably
why
gonna
is
be
it
the best
coming out of
selling
her
one though.
armpit? That's an awkward placement for the lens flare.
Yeah. Like, why?
Let's put the
Why?
light
Why
source
is there?
right in her pit. Why? Well,
So
it's
she's
an
black
action pose.
The Villa Lobos?
Yeah, the Villa Lobos.
That's the Villa Lobos with the lens flare.
Yeah.
So my whole point in telling you this is don't overpay if you like those incentives. There's probably going to be a lot of them out there, and there's probably a lot of this book out there as well. $3.99 out on May.
A lot of
14th.
exclusives are coming. I can see it now.
Yeah, I saw.
All right, let me see if I can figure out.
Dungeon Crawler said
What was
it's
the
Scott
one
Forbes.
Oh, it's Scott Forbes.
Yeah.
It's Forbes.
Thank you, Dungeon Crawler. Carl.
Thank you.
That's the 1 in 50?
That's the 1 in 50.
Is it? Okay, I wasn't sure which was which. One's the 1 in 50.
Yeah. And the Bilquis Ivy is the 1 in 25, it looks like.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's
Ooh,
move on to
an,
other
There's
DC.
also a sketch cover and a Nicholas Scott, which we don't have.
Yay!
Oh, I must have missed those. Sorry about that.
There's no picture for it. There's just a Nicholas
okay.
Scott movie variant listed as an option.
Oh, Superman movie variant? So it's probably
Yeah.
going to be a random Superman movie shot, yeah. Probably
Something
crypto
like
on
that.
there or something.
Maybe a design of what her costume looks like in the.
No, I probably won't have
boy.
Supergirl on it.
What is
So
this?
DC has this last week at C2E2, DC announced Immortal Legend Batman. So it's an Elseworlds
Yay.
project from by Kyle Higgins and Dan Mora. Two people who I like a lot. Kyle Higgins did Power Rangers. Kyle Higgins did
like
Radiant Black.
Batman Moonwalker.
Batman Moonwalker?
Yeah, the Michael
that?
Jackson thing over down in Epcot.
Okay, Captain EO.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking of.
That was Disney. Yeah. That was a while ago, though.
I don't know. There's the all the way on the left, the pose with the green light going up. Is it Tron? Is it Batman? I don't know.
Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers.
And the same thing. We got the Universal, the Battle of the Planets going on over on the side there with Robin.
Yeah, this is heavily influenced by Japanese. That was one of the things.
Yep.
Tokusatsu, which is like Ultraman and not the kaiju,
Battle
but the
of the
human part of Battle of the Planets, exactly. So they freely admit that that's what this is influenced by.
Gotcha.
Dan Mora, who does, he's been doing like Power Rangers and the Radio.
This is going to sell.
Yeah, whatever that third thing is in the middle, that I'm in for that one right there.
That cover,
I like that.
So Galactic Civilization, mech suits, dark matter powers. Those are the three major components of this.
Right.
And it's a 6-issue series that launches at the end of August.
Toys are coming. Toys are coming for this.
I don't know. I read Avengers Mech Strike issue 1. That's not a gun on this. I've seen Batman Ninja. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's different style, but still.
Yeah. The difference here, JJ, is I personally have faith in Kyle Higgins and Dan Mora. But Kyle Higgins writing usually he thinks out his stories in advance and plans out what he's doing and has
and Dan Mora has been underrated like the last year or so. Like he's not getting enough love for just doing regular. I think it's because he's doing regular work. Like but he's been killing it.
Yeah, Dan Mora is already, if not a legend, with all the covers and interiors he does. Weekly,
so much work.
Yeah.
And then we have a green asteroid is about to rain over Metropolis, and all 500 super characters are going to be in a huge disarray. It's going to be general disarray.
Superman has a green face in his nether regions.
yes, he does.
Zombie is Superman's junk, is what I see.
Make a lick a high, make a hiney ho.
So this asteroid is on its way, and it's going to break all over. The everyday criminals are going to have kryptonite bullets hanging on their, carrying them around.
This is going to be interesting.
I'm just saying.
Like My Adventures with Superman.
Dude, look at Lois.
Run around with kryptonite and stuff.
Tell me Lois doesn't look like any lady you've seen on an ID murder mystery, like women who kill. Yeah, just like those true crime story. Like, look at that Lois. That glare is haunting.
I want to say, how the hell do all these pieces of Krypton keep popping up all these years later?
Why not?
Everywhere.
Spatial drift.
Yeah.
Spatial drift, JJ. Spatial drift.
Black
holes. Took all
and
that time
stuff.
to get here. Yeah, it took all that time.
Yeah.
Time warp.
Green K will be the resource that's on the planet, and it's going to change the balance of power. Superman's going to have to start wearing mech suits and stuff, and figure out how to protect himself from kryptonite.
Did they sneak in a monkey?
Yeah, the Superman. There's always a monkey. There's always a monkey in Superman.
This is a random monkey just there. Like, who's the monkey with glasses?
Special guest crossover. Why the Last Man?
What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I think it's supposed to be
looks like Archie. Looks like Archie.
Gorilla.
He doesn't look like her. Hey, stay out of Riverdale.
This is Dan Slott, Joshua Williamson, and Mark Waid who are working on this. I'm going to guess there's 3 stories in there or 3 chapters. So what's interesting to me about this is for years we hear Superman is boring. Superman is overpowered. Superman is, like it's not fair for Superman to fight against criminals.
He's
or
got a
bad
green
guys.
face in his junk area.
Stop looking at his junk. Jeez.
There's a big green face where it should be.
Eyes up here, buddy. Eyes up here.
I made my choice.
Anyway, continue,
but this is an equalizer in a way that they're addressing the problem of Superman being overpowered. And I'm not sure how this is going to be, but it's a good in my.
By making Lois a psycho killer? What's with those eyes, man?
Psycho killer.
That's good say.
People are still going to complain. People are still going to complain.
Is Superman on the cover twice? Is this?
Yes.
Yes.
He is. He's flying out of his own chest.
Yeah. Seems kind of weird.
Poor Crypto.
And then meanwhile, somehow whoever Superboy is, he has so much hair, it's coming out of his forehead. Like it's from his eyebrows. He just got so much hair.
Super hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then the random monkey hanging out with Jimmy.
Monkeys equal ratings. So you put a monkey on a cover, it's going to
say Speed Racer. Chim Chim ain't coming out the trunk.
Chim Chim.
The trunk monkey. What do you want?
And with that, we wrap up our news.
Oh, no second prints for me this week to make me upset.
No second prints for you this week. There was some announced, but there was no pictures, so I'm going to save them for next week.
That's fine.
Okay. Right now.
Ooh, 2.5 hours. Look at this.
Dang.
Before midnight, we wrap it up. I don't think we need an after hours. I think we've covered enough for the little that we've done.
I don't have any shoe stories or
no. Did you coach any soccer teams?
No stalkers. Nobody spilled the pickles on my shoes.
No popcorn. It smells like feet.
Yeah.
Didn't ship me like feet that you want to talk about.
What are the odds of Marco coming back and he's officially coaching Little League in Japan now?
This is Mr. Baseball? Is that what we're doing now?
Mr. Baseball, yeah. The little Tokyo Dragons. He's coaching.
All right, I would not be surprised.
Hookers and Coke is sake and hookers.
No, it's Pepsi and prostitutes. I already told you.
Wow.
What?
I was very much looking forward to someone having a story about like fighting kids in movie theaters or.
Oh, jeez.
No, there's just nothing.
Well,
yeah. Taking down the
I
local kids for the
I tried as
cards.
Marco, but I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough in me. I could have kept selling Tough Times.
Yeah, there was lots of stories about that and Jack Black showing up in the movie theaters and things, and then there was a lot of that, and I figured like everybody has talked.
Yeah, I saw that. The Jack Black thing was nice, but I mean, what are we going to say about it?
Yeah, right.
Kids got a kick out of it. That would be cool. Like, yeah, all right.
And there was two things that showed up in movie theaters: Jack Black and live chickens. So
live and don't forget the Costco rotisserie chickens being thrown in one theater.
Oh wow! I didn't.
That's a waste of good chicken.
At least they got it in bulk from Costco. I mean,
yeah, it's only $5, so that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it doesn't cost much more
to get
or something. Acme or wherever you're getting it.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing wrong with a good rotisserie cooked chicken.
Nope.
I agree.
Kenny Rogers Roasters.
You can still make a lot of good things out of that chicken. You can make a good pot pie. You can make yourself some quesadillas. Like you can do a lot with that rotisserie chicken.
Make yourself a dang quesadilla.
Make your dang quesadilla. Knock it off, Napoleon.
Just got to turn on your propane.
No, we're not going there. We're trying to tie into Minecraft because apparently the director of Napoleon Dynamite directed Minecraft.
Yeah, Jared Hess. Yeah. He hasn't had a hit since Napoleon Dynamite, so that's pretty good for him.
What, you mean Nacho Libre does not qualify?
Well, no, Nacho Libre does not qualify.
But I didn't hate it, but
you guys tell me, if you go back and watch Napoleon Dynamite, the kid who asked Napoleon what he's going to do today when he throws the wrestler out the back of the bus, tell me that kid doesn't look like Gollum, like a live action Gollum.
Gollum.
Oh,
that was Gollum.
I never made that connection.
Go watch it again.
All I know is I'm convinced that Uncle Rico is Gardner Minshew. So,
100%. 100% that is Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Vince Young was called Uncle Rico.
So for those of you who don't know, this weekend is the biggest event in the wrestling
Christendom. It's
right?
Easter.
Oh yeah, that too. It's Easter.
In Christendom.
That's right. Hulk Hogan comes out of his cave.
This is where we worship zombie Jesus.
Right.
What, the Undertaker?
Yeah.
Paul Bearer.
Exactly.
No, but seriously.
But seriously, well, it is Easter, but it's also WrestleMania weekend. And tomorrow night, on the Absolute Geek podcast, we will see they will have the WrestleMania 41 prediction show. So that is a show where obviously they decide and they tell you what scenarios are going to happen, who's going to win and lose all of the matches over the weekend. This is a big one because it's a 2-night event. I'm going to do my best to make it on that show.
I will try as well. Hey, Dub still had the best. Dub had the best Rumble showing. So we had the Rumble.
You did.
I did, and then somebody got the. Was it Sticks? Did you do the elimination? No, it was Pete. Pete, you're
Did
the
I get the
current.
chamber?
Yeah. You were Elimination Chamber. You had the most points for Elimination Chamber. And then so this is WrestleMania this weekend. So it's a lot. It's going to be a long show probably because there'll be a lot of things to cover.
Right.
But they're not going to do the normal format they said. It's going to be mostly just picks and talking about WrestleMania.
That's right.
So
And I've got my game laid out for WrestleMania. It's a pretty straightforward one. There's not a lot of hitchy kitchy stuff going on where you got 5 against 1 and you got to eliminate people. So it's just pretty much
Give me winner.
fall for fall. Yeah.
Cool.
So more straightforward and no hitchy kitchy.
Yeah. No kitchy kitchy.
Then I don't have to plan. I'll just go off the cuff.
It's cool.
Yep. There's nothing you have to. No Venn diagrams. You gotta
Go with the significant gut.
No math problems to solve or anything.
No formulas, no algebra.
Nope.
And then that's tomorrow night. So Pete, is there going to be a dollar bin digging tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow. I
No
will
dollar
try
bin digging
to.
tomorrow.
I'll try to place it for Saturday because SNS has got to take one more week off for Easter. The boys will be back. They were taking 2. They told me ahead of time. 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
I gave you dollar bin digging last Saturday. I'll try to do another dollar bin digging this Saturday, and then the boys will be back next week on SNS.
I thought you guys were going to do a WrestleMania watch party Saturday.
I think that's only on
yeah.
Absolute Geek. I think that's only going to be on Absolute Geek.
But before we get there, Friday night at 9 o'clock, the CBSI Hot 10 show right here in Rennavision happens every week, consistently at 9 o'clock. You get that Hot 10 show.
I don't take weeks off.
And immediately following that,
when I do take weeks off, I farm it out to the boys, and you guys fill it in. You only did it once when I went to Disney, but still, I still make sure the list gets done.
The list was done.
And
Immediately following that, you can check out the qualified right here in Rennavision. What are you guys covering this week?
They got a guest this week.
We have a special guest.
Come on, Bruce.
A little indie artist known as Mark Spears will be on the show.
Oh, dang, that's awesome.
He will be promoting his new Kickstarter for Halloween trading cards and showing off his own created exclusives for Huntsville.
So not the shooting guard for the San Antonio Spurs.
No, not that guy. Mark Spears, Creative Monsters.
Not Manu Ginobili will not be coming.
And Dom's favorite G.I. Joe cover ever.
Yep.
Oh, the Zartan cover.
Yeah, Dom just like Zartan.
So wait, he has his own exclusives for the Huntsville, Alabama show.
Yes.
So that's his local show. Oh, I gotcha. So he's got his own. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so he'll be selling his own books.
Cool. He's going to show off all his exclusive that he's working on, and that's going to be at the con. And maybe a mention of his website that might be launching also.
Oh. So that will happen immediately following the CBSI Hot 10 show, probably 9:20-ish on Friday night.
I got the 10 to be about 20 to 22 minutes.
If it was up to Pete, it would be 9:10 if he can get it to 10 minutes.
No, that was the old days when I used to do the top 10 and 10. I don't need 10 minutes. I'll give you 20. I can do 2 minutes per book now.
Hi, Christina.
All right, that works.
By.
Hey, Christina.
I don't need 2 hours to tell you a list of 10. That's all I'm saying. I can do it a little quicker than that.
And then Saturday night, Pete said there won't be SNS, but we will have a dollar bin digging right here on Rennavision. So Pete will deliver that to you around the same time, 8 o'clock probably Eastern time. And then Sunday is the Tales from the Dark Side show.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know.
Monday. Possibly Monday.
It might be Monday.
Yeah, it might
be
Monday.
We talked about it. I mean, I got like Marco was like, I'm in Japan. Can you help out? I'm like, dude, I got WrestleMania. Like, me and my son are gonna be glued to that
small thing called Easter happening on that day.
And
too.
Easter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
I've got my zombie to worship.
Well, if you guys want to keep busy on Saturday and Sunday,
I mean, no offense.
If you want to keep busy on Saturday and Sunday, you can head over to Kingdom of Nerds and check out my series on DCU logo variants. I just dropped episode 8 today.
Ooh.
That is also true.
Number 8.
Sticks wasn't in the chat.
DCU Those are hidden treasures. You can
I was
go
driving.
find.
Yeah.
There will probably be a Star Wars show on Monday, I think, is what we're maybe planning.
I think we're shooting for Monday.
Yeah. So we will be
If you
covering that
boys
little
do
thing
Monday,
known.
I might be able to make it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be that
Yeah.
little thing known as Star Wars Celebration that we might be covering.
Yeah, and if we do that, then we'll do like the watch list. I'll drop at 8, and then we can do Star Wars at 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give the Star Wars show
Nope.
that prime spot at 9 p.m. because everybody loves
We need an
that
extra
9.
day. We need an extra day or so to negotiate with the State Department to get Marco back.
No.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can get him back in the country. I don't know.
You can always watch Raw later, right, Pete? The Raw after
shoot, that's
WrestleMania.
right. Raw's on.
Oh no.
Raw
But
after WrestleMania? Oh, I don't know about that
it's
now.
like the best Raw of the year. So Saturday we did mention it earlier, but just make sure like the boys on Absolute Geek are going to be doing a watch along live stream with WrestleMania on Saturday night.
Saturday.
So
maybe Sunday, depends on how it goes.
Maybe Sunday as well. So you can check that out. Absolute Geek. That's linked. Kingdom of Nerds is also linked under the.
Also, don't forget, Absolute Geek's giving you their best. Remember, it's an SNS segment sometimes, or it used to be an SNS segment. Best and worst covers of the week. Matt runs them down. He's been dropping that as separate content. Go check that out because it's always good stuff.
Yeah, check out Absolute Geek. There's content. He does reactions on things, and then the wrestling show is consistent every week. So check that out on Thursday nights, and then like Pete said, Monday the Wednesday watch list, probably around 8:00 on Monday night, and then stay tuned so you know if we're gonna do the Star Wars show on Monday or not. So much news is probably coming out of the celebration this weekend.
I mean, we got a man in Japan right now.
We got the man is there.
Who else has a man in Japan right now?
Boots on the ground.
Exactly. Boots on the ground, like we're the goddamn Oak Island crew.
And then the newest show to hit the YouTubes is the Doctor Who Rewind.
Ooh.
That is on Tuesday nights at 9:00 at the Sticks Boy 73's channel, which is also
linked down below. You can find
down below. They watch a classic episode of Doctor Who from the new series. You know, so far they've only done like Eccleston stuff, but you know, hopefully they get to some of the good stuff.
We're gonna get in. We're gonna get into the classics pretty soon.
You guys did what? You did Empty Child last week?
We did Empty Child.
That was a great Moffat episode. That is a great episode.
And we're gonna finish it up
next week.
We'll finish it up next week with Doctor Dances, the second half of that. So.
I'm trying to get Stick to call the show New to Who.
New to Who?
He's trying. New to Who.
I'm trying.
That's Tuesday night.
How about
they watch
Who
a
Knew?
classic episode. They react to it. There's people who have never seen Doctor Who before. There's people who have seen some Doctor Who before. And if you have any interest in Doctor Who, which is a great series, wait till they get to Amelia Pond and Claire and
hell, just wait to get to Tennant.
So
you
good.
need Tennant.
Bring Tennant in, and that show starts getting so good.
You just need the Tennant run. If there's a more recognizable run outside of Tennant's, it's Tom Cruise run. But those two are neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
David Tennant's awesome. I love it.
He is fantastic.
Yep.
So that's on Tuesday nights at 9:00, and then Wednesday you'll be right back here with the Rennavision and with the tax show here at Rennavision. I don't know when Marco's coming back, so we might have another week without Marco. We might have Marco.
Yeah,
who knows when he's supposed to be back? We'll see what happens.
We got this, Dub.
We got this. Thank you, Bruce, for being here. Thank you, JJ. Thank you, Sticks. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. You guys are awesome. It was a fun show. I mean, I think we covered all the bases, and we'll see you all next week.
Good night.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.